Freak Nation, got to say, man, it's going to be one of those emotional shows tonight for the next couple of hours, but we're going to celebrate the life of the one and only Kyle Busch as we do this for 120 minutes, Freak Nation. First hour, of course, on FS2, Fox Sports FS2, and then, of course, both hours on the Freak Radio Network and, of course, on official SpeedFreaks at YouTube and across all of our social media channels. Thank you guys for making this thing possible. We're going to do our best to have a heck of a show tonight. Going to celebrate a badass Indy 500, an awesome finish. We're going to celebrate the fact that Rosnqvist, with a brand new baby, goes out there and wins the freaking Indy 500. One of the greatest Indy 500s that we've seen. And this isn't hyperbole, man, but one of the greatest Indy 500s that we've seen, well, that I've seen over the last 2 or 3 decades. That finish was the closest finish in the history of mankind, but my goodness, we got ourselves an Indy 500. It looked a little iffy, Richie. Crasher, Cole Cusimano. It looked a little iffy when it came to the weather, but my goodness, man, I've seen weather roll through the Indy 500 before, but never this quick.
This was so weird because it was such a large chance of rain during the race.
Right.
During the race, like right after the green flag, and it just kept changing from midday Saturday to the end of the race. The changes were enormous, and I've never seen things, well, I guess it is, the Midwest weather can change, but I've just never seen it this bizarre before. And it rained on the north side of Indianapolis. It just didn't rain as much in the little area of Speedway, Indiana. Thank goodness, because we got a banger race, a banger of a race.
Well, the four of us, the fourth, of course, is Cody C. Johnson. You can't see him on camera, but the four of us are here in the Lucas Oil Studios in Phoenix, Arizona. Crasher there in her father's office. As you can see, the snappy little family photos and the freaking dictionaries from 1967 and the thesaurus and the sonorous and the spell.
Yeah, right there. There's even a medical book here somewhere.
Right. Crasher, of course, spending the last 4 or 5 days there in Indianapolis, going to give us some fantastic insight from the infield and from just a number of areas for the Indy 500. We'll update you. Cole Cusimano will keep us updated on the latest with the Coca-Cola 600. Where are we right now, Cole Cusimano?
We are under caution, lap 307.
Got it.
This is, after stage 3 just ended, where Christopher Bell overtook Denny Hamlin to take the stage dub.
So, Freak Nation, there you go, man. We're going to keep you updated for the next 120 minutes. Well, okay. Now, is weather still going to be a factor? They keep talking about it.
They've been saying that for like the last 2 hours, so I don't want to jinx anything. We should be in the clear here.
Right.
But, I mean, it looks good so far. We'll see.
We'll
see.
They keep teasing us about this weather with the Coca-Cola 600. And then, of course, with the Indy 500, they talk about these cells coming through. And we stop for rain. But, okay, you expect maybe 20, 30, maybe an hour cleanup. Bam! 5-7 minutes later, you're back on the track. And, Richie, we got it. We got the race that we were hoping that we would get with all the madness that Fox Sports has created and the popularity that IndyCar has become. That's the race that we got. And I don't think we could have asked for we could have asked for a better race. Maybe we couldn't have asked for a better race, all things considered, Richie.
Yeah, it was. I texted the group chat earlier today, and I said this. I was like, boy, did we need, as a motorsports community in general, did we need that Indianapolis 500 to deliver? And that's exactly what it did. It delivered in spades. I was talking to Cole before the show, and we were like, usually comparing it to the Coca-Cola 600, the 600 usually was like, oh, it takes 4 hours. It takes forever. It feels like it just never ends. And today's 500, Indianapolis 500, took about 3.5 hours. There were plenty of stoppages, red flags, the weather, cautions, etc. I was locked in for that entire time.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel like it was a 3.5 hour, 500-mile race. And on top of all that, we get 70 lead changes, all-time record.
Amazing.
Then we get another record in the closest finish in Indianapolis 500 history. And I was telling Cole and Cody before the show, it's not often where I'm watching racing and I am standing up. I am out of my seat watching a race.
Right.
I kid you not. And for this, because I was rooting heavily for David Malukas, full disclosure, I really, really wanted him to win the race. He's one of my favorite drivers in general across all motorsports. And I was out of my seat the entire last 10 laps of this race. And that's hard to do watching racing from a media perspective, because generally I'm at home watching and I'm sitting down and I'm enjoying the race, trying to come up with storylines. But I was a fan for the last 10 laps of this race, man, and it was incredible. It could not have been better.
Yeah. Crasher, your point of view, you were at a number of areas at the track, and again, probably the majority of the time in the media center, but it's not like you're isolated from the race when you're in the media center there at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This largest media center I've ever been a part of, but you're right there above thousands and thousands of people at the start-finish line, the next to the pagoda, so you can take all that in, even though you're in the walls and those big old glass windows of the media center.
Oh, yeah. We are essentially above Tower Terrace, and it is a large, like you said, 4-story building, all of it the media center. And we're on top of the front straightaway. We see everything. Plus, we have over 100 TVs right behind us that we can always look at for the parts that we can't see right in front of us. It's so stunning to be in that size and that accessible media center. It's just amazing. What I will say is you're not supposed to cheer for certain drivers like Richie just alluded to, but he was cheering for Malukas as a fan. Well, in media centers, it's kind of the same protocol. You're not really supposed to cheer for one team or another. But at that finish, oh my God, I've never been in a media center that was that loud. That place erupted from that last turn 4 to the finish line for Felix Rosenqvist passing David Malukas. It was so much fun.
Cole Cusimano, listen, man. Mm-hmm. I know what that comes from, and it's decades and decades of reporters and media types covering sports where you're not. I don't get it anymore, but I get it. But at the same time, with a finish like the Indy 500 that we had today, if you're sitting on your thumbs and not saying a word about it, you don't deserve to be in that media center because you don't have a freaking pulse.
Absolutely. I mean, the same could be said for the championship last year with Denny Hamlin when he lost on that overtime restart. Yep. I was out of my seat. The entire media center was. So, like you said, if you don't react to that in a certain way, you shouldn't probably be covering the sport. But I co-sign all of what you guys just said. Having Rosenqvist and Malukas wheel to wheel, that entire final lap was, say it with me, class, cinematic. So I enjoyed the hell out of this race, man. The entire race, and like you said, Richie, there was not one point outside of the red flags or the stoppages where I was bored. So the racing was phenomenal. You had Palou, McLaughlin, even Scott Dixon had a showing in this race, and it was just off the charts, incredible. 10 out of 10, the best IndyCar race I personally ever seen.
Right.
So I loved it.
Freak Nation, Crasher had a chance to catch up with Felix Rosenqvist. We'll get to that this hour. Also, a number of NASCAR Cup Series drivers talking about Kyle Busch and their memories of racing against Kyle Busch. We'll get to those as well. Ken Roczen, 32-year-old Supercross champion for the first time. We're going to feature a long interview we did with him. That's coming up in the second hour. And there's many, many stories that we've got personally from our time with Kyle Busch. Remember, we've been doing this thing for 25 years, over 25 years. And the first time on video that we had Kyle Busch with us, he was, I think, 19 years old from Las Vegas, November of 2005. Does that make him 19 or 20? He was 41. All right. Okay.
Well, it depends on what time of the year. What did you say, November?
It's November, so yeah, it means he's 20.
So he'd be 20. Yeah.
And man, he looks young. And you'll see portions of that interview after our commercial breaks. We'll come back and highlight some of those coming up. Plus, the stories that we've got are just endless of Kyle Busch. And we realize the significance. We know the significance of losing Kyle Busch. And we all are going to know where we were when we got the news when that happened. And I've asked the crew, I said, look, if you want to get emotional when we talk about it, I'm not asking you to be somebody other than you are. But what we're going to try and do when we talk about Kyle Busch is celebrate the guy and really what he's done for the sport and motorsports. And frankly, Freak Nation, Crasher and I have become pretty close to this guy. Crasher in particular, for the last, 4 years? Was it the last 4 seasons? This 4th-season Crasher?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When Lucas Oil came on board with, Lucas Oil's been with Richard Childress Racing for a long time. But when they came on board specifically and to sponsor Kyle Busch on several races throughout the year, we got closer and closer into the circle of Kyle Busch and found out new things about Kyle Busch and found out the other side of Kyle Busch that we watched grow up and mature. And with what we have found out with him, his wife Samantha, those close to him, are things that we won't be able to fully share with you, only because it's just tough to express really what we've learned about Kyle Busch. But my point is, we understand the significance. You saw hours of coverage prior to today's Coca-Cola 600 on all of the NASCAR broadcasts. When public radio, I'm picking my daughter up from high school Friday afternoon at 12:30 Phoenix time or whenever it was. When public radio, the bottom of the hour, they have their news program that they hit the highlights of what's coming up. They talked about the Middle East, and the second story was Kyle Busch. And you just don't hear that. You don't hear a personality crossing all of those lines like Kyle Busch did. And we realize how important it is to talk about Kyle. And we're going to talk about him. We got a lot of things to say, Freak Nation. But we're also going to celebrate a heck of a Indy 500 with Felix Rosenqvist. A new dad gets himself an epic win against really, I think, all of our favorite IndyCar driver in some degree is David Malukas, who came up short with that Indy 500 win. More Freaks coming up right here, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detailer shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finisher with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, FreakFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Kyle, hold the mic, will you? All right, here, I'm holding. Come on over here, Crash. She's gonna do the interview.
He can interview me.
Look at this.
Kyle's gonna interview me. Kyle, you were just texting your girlfriend though, so she wouldn't think too much about this, would she?
No, but she's all cool with it. We're just messing around, having a good old time with the Crash Gladys here in the pits of what?
SpeedFreaks pits. You know, just the Freak Nation, baby.
SpeedFreaks to Freak Nation. Come on.
You know, we're gonna nominate you. You are the ambassador of the Freak Nation, the
Am
emperor.
I?
Yes.
Sweet.
Kyle
See,
Busch.
I don't even have the mic on her when she's talking. I'm trying to.
That's all right. You're used to just having one right here in your helmet.
Yeah, exactly. It's right in my face.
You see there, Freak Nation, that was almost 21 years ago, Kyle Busch and yours truly and Crash Gladys hanging with KB in Las Vegas, where, by the way, he grabbed him. That was his rookie year, and he grabbed him a 2 spot in Vegas, I believe, for that race. Koku Samano.
He did. He also only got 1 win at his home track in 2009, and I was in attendance for that race.
Of course you were.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
We will be featuring old interviews of Kyle Busch coming out of those spot breaks for you, Freak Nation, all you Kyle Busch lovers and fans out there, and folks that respect the guy regardless of his personality, but really what he did behind the wheel. And we'll hear from drivers that talk about that as well. This segment brought to my good friends at Lucas Oil. Speaking of, Freak Nation, lucasoil.com. Great website to check out a line of products for your 2-wheel, 4-wheel, inside your engine, outside your engine. Bam, Lucas Oil. They got it at lucasoil.com. Coming up in about 10, 15 minutes, Crasher had a chance to catch up with the new daddy. Hey, how fresh is his baby, Felix Rosenqvist, Crasher?
13 days old.
Damn.
Ooh.
That is why Mom and daughter Stella were not at the track today. So, yes, I don't think having a 13-day-old at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for, 18 some odd hours would be a good day for a 13-day-old.
Can I say that to some people that bring in kids to races that look like they were just pulled from the freaking oven? Come on, Doug, you guys don't act like you haven't seen that before.
Yeah, it happened. Baseball games, races. It's yeah. I don't know what they're thinking.
Fresh baked buns.
Fresh baked.
Now, someone that might know something a little bit about this is Crash Gladys, who's the mother of a lovely 12-year-old daughter. Would you? Oh my gosh, I know the answer. Think, Richie. What if Crash blasted out the baby, blasted out Henley 13 days before the 500? You think she would miss the 500?
Oh, no chance.
Nope.
Well, wait a minute. That depends. Would I have to work it 13 days later, or would I be able to just enjoy it?
You wouldn't work it. No.
Okay, then fine. Then yes, I would be there with my 13-day-old. And I would have everything ready for me to do my motherly things in private.
Oh, my gosh.
In a suite. Okay. I would not go outside. Because 13 days, I don't want my 13-day-old getting sunburned.
So that's back-to-back years that we've had Big Dad Energy win the Indianapolis 500 because Alex Pallou's daughter was less than a year old.
Yep.
When he won last year.
Ah, so that's the secret then.
Big Dad Energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
So, Freak Nation, Crasher sat down with Felix Rosenqvist for a good 7 or 8 minutes, your Indy 500 winner for 2026. And again, recency bias, probably, and the significance of his win. Ken Roczen winning the Supercross championship in Salt Lake City a couple of weeks ago. That was one of the greatest finishes I've ever seen in Supercross because of how much was on the line. It wasn't for just a race win. Okay, Indy 500 is not just a race. I get it. But it wasn't just for a race win. It was for the championship. So the significance of winning the championship in Ken Roczen, it's almost as thrilling as watching this, the greatest race on the planet, with the Indy 500 and Felix Rosenqvist battling David Malukas. And Cole, granted, I mean, you're newly on board as an IndyCar fan, but you understand that these cars are going, 210, 220 miles an hour. Open wheel cars coming out of turn 3, then out of turn 4. And when you watch that camera angle, you're watching right down the front stretch, and you're seeing this and this and this, and they're inches apart from those wheels. and the stones of these drivers to do that. They lose all sense of safety, I guess. Or maybe it's baked. Speaking of baked, it's baked into their system. They know how far they can go. Oh, screw that, man. Rosenqvist didn't know how far he'd go. He knew that he was up for the Indy 500 win. Cole?
Rosenqvist, hold on real quick, Cole. Rosenqvist did not know that he won the race until he was told.
Wow.
Come on.
That's insane.
Yeah. He thought, and he was fine with finishing second as long as he tried his best. And then all of a sudden.
You never hear that, especially for a race like this.
No.
Yeah.
I call complete crap to that. That is the biggest lie in the history of mankind, because if he finished second, he would have been exactly like David Malukas, and he would have been bawling his eyes out.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed.
No,
he says
you'll
that 'cause
see.
he only
Hold
won
on,
because
though.
he won the race.
You'll see in the interview. This is a new Felix Rosenqvist. Becoming a dad has changed this man. It's changed his mindset, and he was saying some of these same things throughout the presser that you're gonna hear in the interview that I have with him. He's just a calmer, just more subdued guy than ever. Yes, 5 years ago he would get drastically upset at finishing second, but now he kept saying in his presser, once you have a kid, man, it's like, oh my God, everything's just second to that. I drive calmer. I do everything calmer now because everything's for the kid.
I mean, maybe it is a little bit different for him because he was the one who was coming from third place when he went side by side with his teammate Marcus Armstrong for half a lap. So he put it all out there. So if he would have lost, I'm like, damn, I really did give my run for it. Whereas Malukas had the damn lead for the entire lap. Probably looked in his mirror, saw these guys 10 car lengths back. I was like, I got this cooked. Thank you very much. I'm an Indianapolis 500 champion. And then he wasn't. So that is actually a pretty big difference. I've talked myself into the opposite.
I mean, Kenny, you mentioned the speed. It is evident when you're watching these guys rip around this track, and you see some of these crashes. It's like, how do they walk away from these things? It's just so gnarly, the speed these guys are going. And I think I'll take a page from Kyle Busch's book here. When the helmet goes on, all that mattered was the race. So for the biggest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500, that's all that matters. These guys and gals are going to do whatever they can to hang it out there and win this thing. And you saw that on full display, whether it be Rosenqvist or Malukas or Palou or Scott Dixon. All these guys were out there just doing it for that win, for the milk. And, it wound up in Felix's favor.
And you look at drivers that have won championships and drivers that have won championships and haven't won the Indy 500 and haven't won the Daytona 500. It's that, and it's probably just the public that makes something of it. If you're a professional driver, it's like, yeah, those are big races. We get it. But the fact that you were able to clobber 25, 30 other drivers and win a championship, frankly, is the biggest thing for a driver. And, Tony Stewart, never winning the Daytona 500. Never winning the Daytona. You can go down with a number of champions that not won the Daytona 500. Alex Palou last year. That was the one sticking point when there are people carving his face on Mount Rushmore for the greatest IndyCar drivers in the history of mankind. Then he wins the 500. It's like, okay, now you can finally chisel his face as one of the top four drivers of all time for the IndyCar series. So, and my point is, it's about this race for IndyCar drivers. It's not about the championship. And they'll even say it. They'll even tell you that's what it's about. And if you've been there, Richie, you've been to that race. And when you're in the middle of 350,000 people, you go, okay, I get it. You're not, even at because Daytona, there's still a lot of open space in the turns and on the backstretch. But at the Indy 500, it's what, Crasher, 3/4 of a way around with stands?
Oh, without question. Yeah, the backstretch, not as much because it's essential. It never has had much on the backstretch, talking about grandstands, but also there's a golf course that's in the middle of this track and it goes beyond the backstretch as well. So you really you can't have grandstands right there. Yeah. It's such a unique facility. I can't wait to get Cole and Cody there as well. But to what you are saying, I don't know how much time we have. Mick Schumacher was all smiles at the end of this race. I believe Marshall Pruitt has the interview up on X with him. And Mick Schumacher was beside himself saying, I get it now. I understand why this is the greatest spectacle in racing. I see it. I've never been a part of something like this. This is absolutely insane. So there you go. There's a guy that grew up in F1 paddocks and Monaco and you name it. And he was saying, whoa. I mean, his eyes were huge when he was talking about it. He's like, oh my gosh, I get it now. It's just one of those things. You gotta be there. You gotta be there. And once you are, you'll never look at it anything but what it is. Amazing.
Freak Nation, coming up, we will give you the latest on the Coca-Cola 600, more reflection on the one and only Kyle Busch, and we'll share personal stories about Kyle Busch, and we'll share stories of drivers talking about Kyle Busch that maybe you haven't seen within the next 20, 30 minutes, Freak Nation. But coming up next, his name is Felix Rosenqvist. We're talking about this guy, and you talk about a chill dude. Watch this interview, knowing that he's from Sweden and how he won the greatest race in the history of mankind, and he's just vibing with Crash. That's next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas fuel treatment. It works.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
The most memorable night in NTT IndyCar racing is coming to Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, June 7th. It's a 200-mile-per-hour spectacle of speed that you have to see to believe. The stars of the Indy 500 take center stage in the 10th annual Bomarito Automotive Group 500. That's not all. The stars of Indy Next and the USAC Silver Crown Series go wheel to wheel to bring you 3 edge-of-your-seat races. Get your tickets to the big show at www.raceway.com.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extend the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and oil consumption in worn engines. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. Keep that engine alive.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, okay, what do you say to your guys? When things are going well on the track, what do you say to them? Do you yell things like American Idol songs or anything like that? What do you do?
I just kind of give out the little, yeah, come on, the thing's going great, or something like that. You know, last week of qualifying, I was actually going out of back straight and went, yeah, because I got through 1 and 2 so good because we were on a pole winning lap. So it was pretty cool to do that.
So someone from Vegas goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's close. That's close.
What kind of music do you like when you're driving back from the track and you want to hear some good stuff?
I'm listening to some Godsmack or some Metallica, AC/DC, you know, some of that kind of stuff.
Now we're talking.
Every once in a while I'll throw in the Eminem or the Usher or something like that, but that's just because the girlfriend's in there with me.
The 110th running of the Indianapolis 500, won by Felix Rosenqvist. And months ago, you and your wife were joking about how the month of May could be one of the greatest months ever. You could win the 500. You could have your baby. You weren't joking. You and your wife manifested the greatest month in your lives.
I think we did. Actually, we joked about getting the pole because the due date was basically on qualifying. And then she came earlier. And then we almost got the pole. So we were like, oh, like it almost happened. And you don't even dare thinking about the actual win. You still have to do 200 laps, you know. But yeah, it's just been such a crazy month. And I feel like I had such a good momentum, even at the road course. And Long Beach before that. It's just been such a... I've found like a different calm and just been so happy in the car and yeah, what a way to finish off a month. Yeah.
Well, what is this different calm? Is it a dad calm or is it a confidence in your team calm? Because you're right, you were strong all month, but also your mindset is different now that you're a dad.
It is. I feel becoming a dad is just, it kind of widens the whole spectrum of emotions and things you've seen, and I feel way less nervous today than any other 500 because after seeing that, it's like nothing really compares. And if you can do that, you can probably do anything. Not me, but my wife. I didn't have to do much, just to stand there and try not to throw up. But yeah, like, and instead of confidence in the team, I think we've always been good here since I joined. We've been, you know, kind of up the front all the time. But this year, I did feel like we had a better shot. We've been working a lot on our pit stops in the winter. The car has just been so fast. That it's handled really well. And yeah, like all those things together, it was just like, just have to do it. Just finish it off. And it was looking really, really good for a long part of the race. And then everything kind of flipped upside down with that last couple of cautions, which definitely kind of threw our advantage in the bin. But yeah, we were able to. It was kind of meant to be in a way. It just happened, and we were at the right place at the right time in that last restart. And I think any one of the four could have won it. But yeah, I was just so happy everything worked out the way it did. It was such a cool finish.
Walk us through that, this calm, cool dad energy now. Walk us through those last two restarts, the red flag, the other yellow flag, and how you were able to make things happen, because it was nuts from a perspective of the fan base.
It was, and every time it goes yellow, obviously my focus was forward. Like we have to repass these cars, and we have a good opportunity to do so. But same time, if you have a bad restart, you might as well fall back to 10th. Like there's no guarantees, and those split seconds when you decide to go and throttle on the restart, they're so defining for what to come the next lap. And but yeah, like I feel like I had a good attitude about the yellow, and I didn't let it beat me down, which is kind of natural to happen when you have such a good race. And I was like, I'm not going to let this ruin our race. Let's just finish it off where we were and so cool that we were able to do it.
Would Felix 5 years ago have maybe taken that a little bit differently?
For sure, yeah, I think so. I think because about 5 years ago, I was in exactly the same position, and I decided to go in the inside, and then I kind of Pato was ahead of me, and I had to lift, and then it was over. Like that, it's just not going to happen at that point. So you kind of have to. You have to be at the right place and pick the right line. And I feel like this time I was like, I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm going to be on the outside no matter what. And then if it works, it works. And it was kind of a nice thing that I didn't really have a choice. There was only really one thing to do, to just go on the outside and stay flat and hope that it was going to be enough, which... Yeah,
but I don't think every driver would do that. It's risky. There's marbles out there. And you were just like, forget it, I'm going.
Yeah, it's crazy what adrenaline does, because I wouldn't, like, you just want it so bad, especially when you've been close before. You think about the guys and the girls working in the team. It's like, we just need to give this a go. And if it ends in the wall, I'm pretty sure all of them would have been behind me as well. Like, you tried it. I know that's what, like, at least Mike, I know that that's the way he would like it to be done. Not sure about Jim, but it's a tricky topic, crashing race cars, especially when having such a good one. But yeah, just massive thanks to the whole Maya Shank Racing team and Honda, Sirius XM. They built this rocket ship, and it takes an army. It takes a lot of people to do this just by one car, and we have 3, and we had 2 that were able to fight for the win today. So that's incredible for us to. It's just such a sign of strength to be able to be up here fighting with the big dogs and showing how it's done.
You're the big dogs. What do you mean fighting with the big dogs? You guys are the big dogs now. And Mike Shank said that in the press conference. He said, I'm not going to let anybody call us the little team anymore.
Exactly. And, everyone's a badass in this series. That's why it feels so special, right? Everyone you're racing here, they're just so good. And it's all in the details who's going to win. But yeah, we don't want to be called a small team. We want to be up there, and we've just been on such a good run the last couple of races where the momentum has just been kind of spiraling upward. And I feel like after Long Beach, we lost the race due to the yellow, but I feel like we're in a position now where we can actually beat everyone here, all the big dogs. And yeah, as you say, now we're probably the big dogs ourselves.
Well, big dogs wear wreaths, and I'm just going to say that one of the last guys to not take the wreath off during all of the interviews was Parnelli Jones. So, hi there, Felix Rosenqvist and Parnelli Jones. You haven't been asked to take it off yet, except for, I think, by one person.
So you're supposed to take it off now?
No. Did I say ring? I meant wreath. I meant wreath.
Oh.
Oh, that one, yeah. That's okay. A ring. That's a wreath. I don't even know what I said. But yeah, you're just wearing it like it's part of your uniform.
No one's told me to take it off, so I guess I like the smell of milk and flowers in the morning or in the afternoon.
Even though it's evening. Hey, you've got a party to get to. Go celebrate. Good luck in Detroit, and I think we'll catch up with you again in St. Louis.
Okay. I love it. Thank you.
Congratulations, winner, Dad.
Thank you very much.
Oh, man. Felix Rosenqvist, your 2026 Indy 500 champion. Joining Crasher here, Lucas Oil Studios on Fox Sports FS2, Freak Radio Network, Sirius XM, Fox Sports Radio, YouTube, and every other social media outlet that we got at Freak Nation, which, by the way, make sure you're following us. If you're not on the Freak Radio Network or watching us on Facebook Live, be sure you're following us at Official Speed Freaks on YouTube. The second hour continues on YouTube, but we're not done with the first hour. But I will say the second hour will be pretty freaking classic and personal from us, where we're going to spend a lot of time, what many people have done in motorsports, talking about Kyle Busch and our takes on his life, not just inside the race car, but outside the race car, and things that we've learned about Kyle Busch and Samantha over the years. Speaking of Kyle Busch, Cody's doing his best to get this video loaded that we want to share with you, Freak Nation, that involves Felix Rosenqvist, where, come to find out, he's a huge fan of Kyle Busch as well. And for a couple of reasons, you know what? Actually, for the 2 reasons why we like Kyle Busch, and I don't want to give it away because we'll probably play it next segment, Freak Nation. But here it is. When we caught up with Felix Rosenqvist, little did we know the guy's going to go out and win the freaking Indy 500. And little did we know the dude was going to be talking about Kyle Busch in the interview that we had with him in Phoenix. So we're going to air that coming up in the next segment. Real quick there, Cole Cusimano, what is the update on the Coke 6000?
We are under caution. There is about 65 to go.
Of course there is.
Shane Van Gisbergen is your leader.
No way.
Over one, Christopher Bell.
You're lying.
Not lying.
You're triggering me
Not
right
lying.
now.
He's been top 7 all day. So hats off to SVG, killing it in the Toyota 6000.
I just posted in our chat. We got to go break. If SVG wins tonight, I want to put this on record for FS2. If SVG wins, I am taking my shirt off, tarps off. I'm jumping in the Freak Nation pool.
Oh.
After the show. In celebration.
All tarps off?
No, yeah. At least for me. I'm going skinny dipping, baby. If SVG wins, let's go.
Can we make sure that my daughter is in bed by then? I said, what's wrong with Richie, man? Richie done gone crazy. Come on, SVG.
Yes, let's go, SVG. Come on.
Freak Nation, coming up next, Felix Rosenqvist talking about Kyle Busch. And we'll start to get into some of our memories of Kyle Busch. And that's coming up next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
The most memorable night in NTT IndyCar racing is coming to Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, June 7th. It's a 200-mile-per-hour spectacle of speed that you have to see to believe. The stars of the Indy 500 take center stage in the 10th annual Bomarito Automotive Group 500. That's not all. The stars of Indy Next and the USAC Silver Crown Series go wheel to wheel to bring you 3 edge-of-your-seat races. Get your tickets to the big show at www.raceway.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas fuel treatment. It works.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Kyle Busch in the Speed Freaks pits, and you've been in our pits a number of times, especially with all those wins last year in the Busch Series. And when you roll in, you seem to get a little cocky. Is it the Speed Freaks that bring it out of you? What is it?
Yeah, it is. You guys are all about the cockiness, so I got to make sure I set you back down in your place before you get to me. So I make sure that I'm all over you. Like you're trying to knock me over a little bit here.
I do. I am getting kind of close to you. What's up with that?
I don't know. It's like you're trying to kiss me or something.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen. Maybe your brother, but your brother's got the $5 million. I'd kiss him before I'd kiss you.
Well, I'd make sure I'd ran away, but if Crash was doing it, I might stand a different chance there.
That's right. She is behind the camera there. Is it kind of distracting with me standing here and Crash behind the camera?
No, I can look over there, but there's a camera hiding her face, so I got to look at you for now because I'm talking to you.
It's awesome.
Why do you come back to me, Cody? You should come back to Crasher when he's giving her the once-over, man. If you're just listening to us, Freak Nation, that was Kyle Busch almost 21 years ago, Las Vegas in November. It was before he got the 2 spot in the Cup race in his rookie season, running for Hendrick Motorsports. Thank you, General Tire, for making this thing possible. Go to GeneralTire.com to find a righteous tire for that righteous ride. As summer's coming, and you're going to be rolling on a new set of General Tires, Freak Nation. GeneralTire.com. Crasher, it was prior to the IndyCar. I think it might have been when was it that we caught up with the IndyCar drivers in the media center at Phoenix Raceway? Was it after they were qualifying? Do you recall?
No, this was media day, which was 2 days before, or no, 1 day before on-track activities.
Got it. We caught up with several IndyCar drivers when they had the double. Still one of the funnest race weekends I think all of us have been a part of.
Mm-hmm. Well, explain this double. It's a little confusing on a weekend like this. It was IndyCar and NASCAR doubling up on the same weekend at the same track.
There you go. I don't need to explain it. She just did it right there, Freak Nation. And we asked a number of IndyCar drivers about personalities and how personalities sell sports. Sell sports. Not just motorsports, but just sell sports. There's a reason why you rooted against Randy Moss when he was with the Vikings. Dude was an all-world receiver, no argument about that, but, man, he was an a-hole. But you just need people like that. You really do to create a dividing line in sports. Whether you're a Knicks fan or a Rams fan, you know who you're going to root against. You just do. And the more of the team that you root against, the more a-holes they have on that team, the better. But I found this interesting when Crasher was talking to Felix Rosenqvist, one of the softest spoken dudes that you'll ever meet, had no problem. And Fox Sports, this is safe. We bleeped it out. We've never had a driver say this word so much, but we did a pretty good job bleeping it out. And for you, Freak Nation, listen to this on the Freak Radio Network. It's okay. It's bleeped out. But it's just the way he uses this word. Well, Crasher started, of course. But the way he uses this word, it's like, I use it all the time. And then all of a sudden, he brings in Kyle Busch in the conversation. And I really wanted to play this for you because you hear us talk a lot about how drivers are fans of other drivers, but we don't really hear it from the drivers per se until Richie pulls some great audio video of drivers talking about Kyle Busch over the last couple of days. But here's Felix Rosenqvist at the double where IndyCar and NASCAR ran at Phoenix Raceway, talking about being a D, and then pulls Kyle Busch into it here in the Freak Radio Network and Lucas Oil Studios.
Formula One, for example, I watch it because of Max Verstappen. Like, that's why. If he wasn't there, I probably wouldn't be watching it. So it makes a big difference when you have big personalities.
So then how can someone watch for Felix Rosenqvist? Do you need to be more of a I'm just saying, because you're a nice guy.
I mean, I'm not a so you're good. I have to show that I'm not a now. I'm not going to pretend like I am. I think it's good to have, there will be in every series, and you need to let them be as well. I think it's good to not regulate that. Like, okay, if you have a bad boy like Kyle Busch, like, it's great. Like, I love watching Kyle Busch. I think he's a great personality. He's a great racer, and he's not known for being nice to his competitors.
Wow.
Wow.
The
Good job, Richie.
there, man.
Wow.
Well, explain why. I mean, the guy wins the 500, then.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Jeez.
Again, Felix has actually been in the Freak Nation that often. So first of all, I consider when he joined you guys back in Phoenix, that's still a freaks mojo. Huh?
I'll take it. Listen, I'll take that mojo and multiply it.
Come in the Freak Nation.
Yeah.
Freaks bump. Lucas was in here. He finished P2 today.
Yeah.
Right?
Claim that.
Right?
Well, the first time Rosnqvist was in the Freak Nation, Cole Cusimano. By the way, before we go any further, where are we with the Coke 6000?
We're under caution with 47 to go. Christopher Bell now leads Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, SVG's in 5th.
Copy.
St. Smith's in 6th, actually, too, which is pretty cool.
Got it. Freak Nation, we'll keep you posted. It looks like the second hour we'll get to the finish of the Coke 6000. But the point about Felix Rosenqvist talking about Kyle Busch, that's when Crasher and I first started interviewing Kyle Busch at the time. There were times when we pulled away from the interview and went, God, what an A. And there was no gray area with Kyle Busch. You loved him or you hated him. You know what? You could love him as a driver, but hate him for his attitude, or you could love him for both or hate him for both.
Right.
If you were if you were a Kevin Harvick fan, you probably hated Kyle Busch for both of those reasons, right?
Yeah. I'll speak for myself and Richie. We were both Dale Jr. fans, right? Yep. Obviously not big Kyle Busch supporters back in the day, but one thing I will say is that Kyle Busch, there was a time in NASCAR where it was kind of like, not doing so well. It was kind of on the decline. And I think that Kyle Busch was sort of a lifeline for the sport in a way because of his huge personality, his ferocity, and how he was winning and dominating every single weekend. He was, like you said, a guy that you love to hate or love to love. And I think in a time where NASCAR was kind of struggling, he really helped keep it relevant in a way. If that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense, yes.
Before the show, we were talking before the show a little bit, Crash, and you weren't a part of this conversation, so I'll bring it up to you now. But Denny Hamlin put out a post on Instagram this week, and I thought it was maybe the perfect description of Kyle Busch and what he meant to NASCAR. And Denny Hamlin said, "We lost our Kobe Bryant," and I think that's the
I did see that.
Right?
Yes,
and I think that's the perfect description of what Kyle Busch was. Like, Kyle Busch, you did not want to race against him because he was an SOB on the track. Like, he was a hard ass. He was the one guy in NASCAR who I feel like embodied that Mamba mentality of Kobe Bryant, which is like, when I'm on this track, I'm out to win and I want to beat your ass and I want to have a good time doing it. And he did that so many times. He did it more times than anybody has ever done it in the history of NASCAR. And I feel like Kobe Bryant, he was the same way. Like, he had that Mamba mentality. He was out to beat your ass every time you played against him. And he was not, when he hit that court, he was not going to lose. And to continue that comparison, after Kobe Bryant retired and later on in his career, I feel like fans started to understand how good he was. Mm-hmm. And the perception of him started to change after he retired. So much so where he was winning Oscars on stage for short films he was producing. And so at the time of his death, people were like, he was really starting to enter that next segment of his life, and people were starting to understand what he brought to this earth through his daughter Gianna, who sadly passed away in that same helicopter accident. And Kyle Busch is the same way, where it's just like after him and Samantha got married and they started to have kids and Brexton, and that really changed his perspective, and it started to change perspective on fans too. And he was really starting to come around in terms of the fan base. And so him and Kobe Bryant shared that in common. And it's so unfortunate they now share the same fate as well. and they both left this earth way, way too early, and they had so much more to give.
And we'll get into this in the second hour, Freak Nation. Be sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Freak Nation, official Speed Freaks, because the second hour continues on YouTube. The first hour is always a banger on Fox Sports FS2. Thank you guys for allowing us to come into your small confines or large confines. Evidently, there's some folks watching us at a few sports bars across the planet, because we're getting a few texts from some friends saying, "Look, it's on my TV, cheers." But Kyle Busch and Kobe Bryant also had that ability to play through pain. And if you followed Kobe Bryant, the number of times he was on the court, and frankly, 99% of us would never have done that. He's out there playing ball, because 50% Kobe Bryant was better than 90% of the league in the NBA. And I'm not speculating, but maybe that was the downfall with Kyle. Maybe. Just knowing when you should stop. And we'll get into a little bit of that explanation coming up next hour, Freak Nation. And we'll also hear from drivers with their take on running against Kyle Busch in the second hour. Plus, Ken Roczen, 32-year-old Supercross champion, first time. An excerpt from about a 45-minute interview we did with him earlier this week. It's a big second hour. Be sure you follow us on Official Speed Freaks on YouTube, or keep listening to us on the Freak Radio Network, Sirius XM, Fox Sports. More Freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detailer shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
The most memorable night in NTT IndyCar racing is coming to Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, June 7th. It's a 200-mile-per-hour spectacle of speed that you have to see to believe. The stars of the Indy 500 take center stage in the 10th annual Bomarito Automotive Group 500. That's not all. The stars of Indy Next and the USAC Silver Crown Series go wheel to wheel to bring you 3 edge-of-your-seat races. Get your tickets to the big show at www.raceway.com.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas Fuel Treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system. Pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Speed Freaks.
We joked about getting the pole because the due date was basically on qualifying, and then she came earlier, and then we almost got the pole. So we were like, oh, like it almost happened, and you don't even dare thinking about the actual win. You're like, you still have to do 200 laps, but...
Well, okay, what do you say to your guys? When things are going well on the track, what do you say to them? Do you yell things like American Idol songs or anything like that? What do you do?
I just kind of give out the little, yeah, come on, the thing's going great or something like that. Last week of qualifying, I was actually going out of back straightaway and went, yeah, because I got through 1 and 2 so good because we were on a pole winning lap. So it was pretty cool to do that.
So someone from Vegas goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's close. That's close.
What kind of music do you like when you're driving back from the track and you want to hear some good stuff?
I'm listening to some Godsmack or some Metallica, AC/DC, some of that kind of stuff.
Now we're talking.
Every once in a while I'll throw in the Eminem or the Usher or something like that, but that's just because the girlfriend's in there with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Lucas Oil Studios and riding on a dope set of General Tires, it's Speed Freaks, Kenny Sargent, Crash Gladys, Richie, Cole, and Cody, Big Johnson. This isn't a show, it's a takeover, no rules, no limits, just speed, smoke, and straight talk. Strap in, Freak Nation! This is Speed Freaks! We already won!
Freak Nation, it is a very special second hour coming up. For the next 60 minutes, man, we will be doing a lot of reflecting on our time with Kyle Busch. This show is almost 26 years old, and in those 26 years, we've had Kyle Busch in here, 24 times, and a lot of times just audio, where we'd be hanging with him at Texas Motor Speedway, or we would fly out from L.A. to Phoenix and be with him at the track just for an audio interview. And there's a time crasher on our midday show when we're on Fox Sports here in Phoenix where he came in for a good 15, 20 minutes. So there's so much that that we could touch on with Kyle Busch that I thought we're going to spend a lot of this hour just talking about our time with Kyle Busch, like a lot of people have been doing. But I feel quite fortunate that we have spent a significant amount of time with this guy and watched the evolution of him, which if you saw at the top of the show in that interview, in the intro, where he just turned 20. And you look at the guy now, and at 41, as Richie said, passed away way too early. I know that's a stupid thing, and I don't refer to death, but man, the time that we spent with this guy isn't lost on me and how special it is. And if you go to Four Shot, Cody, I'm curious with a guy like Cole and Richie who sees an interview like that with Kyle Busch. How does that, and this isn't, I don't want you to humble brag on it, but when you see an interview, something that you haven't seen anybody with that, right? When you go back and look at those interviews from 20 years ago with Kyle Busch, How does that touch you? Again, 20 years ago, you were just a freaking punk. But how does that touch guys like yourself when you see an interview with Kyle Busch at 20 years old and that mentality before winning championships and races?
I mean, for me, it just really hits home because that was him in the very early stages of his career.
Right.
And, I mean, you look at how far he's come, obviously, how much he's matured. And I think back to, during the peak Kyle Busch era, he was obviously very brash, very, in your face. And then you look at him after he met Samantha and had Brexton and Lennox, and he really softened up. And I'm so happy I was able to sort of detach from the fandom side back when I first got into NASCAR, because being in the media circuit for almost 10 years now, I got to see who I feel is the real Kyle Busch, and that's a true family man. Because even in like scrums where he would kind of be hard-headed with the media, any time someone asked him about his son Brexton racing or anything about his family, the way he would light up and glow was just so amazing to see. And that's what really hit home for me with his passing, was just how close he was with his family. And just seeing that young, fresh-faced Kyle Busch from back in 01, 05, whatever it was, it's terrible, man. It's still hard to even like comprehend this as the reality that we're living in right now.
Now, Crasher, when you see that interview between Kyle Busch, yourself, and yours truly, how does that touch you? And again, we this isn't me trying to poke at for you to get emotional, but given the Kyle Busch years that we've gone through from our perspective, seeing him back then to where we are now, it just doesn't seem real to me.
No, well, of course it doesn't. I mean, Jeff Gluck and I were talking in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Media Center just today, and even though there's so much emotional stuff going on that we see on social media, and then obviously the pre-race today for the Coca-Cola 600, it still doesn't seem real because we're not in the NASCAR environment. We're up here in IndyCar land, and there's a sense of detachment there. So, yeah. But to go back to what you were saying with the fresh-faced Kyle Busch of 21 years ago, it's just he came into the sport with reckless abandon, and like he's literally saying "yeehaw" on a backstretch. And this kid had the world at his feet, and he took advantage of it and did some wonders with it. But it's funny to see his youthful personality then before he got a little hardened when it came to racing Cup with Hendrick and then Joe Gibbs. But then, like Cole was alluding to, becoming a dad and then having some reality checks sponsor-wise, which brought him to Richard Childress Racing, and the entire industry really, truly saw a different Kyle Busch over these last 3 to 4 years. I mean, sometimes that's what reality checks do to you. But, man, Lennox, Brexton, they were his world, and his relationship with Samantha seemed to have been so much better over the last 4 years, too.
Cody, if you could get the Joe Gibbs video ready to go. I think Joe Gibbs, again, spending so many years as the boss man of Kyle Busch, got to know the guy. And, frankly, I was pleasantly surprised on how forthcoming Joe Gibbs was with a number of his stories about Kyle Busch. Yeah. And one in particular, this is about a minute's worth of Joe Gibbs, who, again, was the boss man for Kyle Busch for many, many years, talking about his time with Kyle Busch.
We were at Loudon, New Hampshire, and he finished second. And so I kind of slid over to where they're interviewing people there, because sometimes there might be something I could have to handle afterwards. And so I slid over there, and his interview was absolutely great. And so I said, well, gosh, he must be happy. He finished second, so he's probably happy. He walked 10 yards to me. I was standing there, and he went just like this. He went, "Your cars suck," and he kept right on walking. And I some of you heard it because I was nervous. The press heard that, you know what I mean? And so those are examples of just his passion for things.
I love that.
Here you got a team owner that's won what, two Super Bowls, or
Two. He's won
Yeah, two
as head
Super
coach,
Bowls.
yes.
And multiple NASCAR Cup Series championships. And your car suck.
That's Kyle.
That is just so good. One more that I want to get to is I think Connor Zilic is a very good Zilic on Busch conversation.
We were at the Daytona 500 this year, and we do a Chevy driver meeting before the race, and I was in the driver's meeting. It was my first one as a Cup driver, and I asked if we were the last group of OEM to pit, what should the plan be? If are we going to try and like block the track and try and keep track position after the pit cycle? And I asked that question. It was like the end of the meeting, and everybody kind of went silent. Nobody was answering me. And Kyle speaks up, and he goes, "No, just get the f*** out of the way." And I was like, and it's my first time in one of these meetings. I'm a rookie, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, yep, sorry." Like I was so embarrassed. But yeah, that was just who Kyle was. He was unapologetically himself.
We got more of those, Freak Nation, and I want to remind those on the set that I'm not asking you guys to think anything different than how you feel about Kyle Busch and stories that you may have. We're going to share a number of those coming up as we continue on here with the Freaks. Also, it's not lost on me that Ken Roczen, at 32 years old, who's considered an old dude when it comes to Supercross, and frankly he is. But the way he eclipsed that championship for Supercross this year, Crasher and I had a chance to spend 40, 45 minutes with the guy last week that was so revealing, man. And I look forward to putting that up on YouTube for our Black Flag Confessions and featuring more of it next week as well. But we're going to highlight about the first 10 minutes of the interview where we spend more time talking, speaking of time with his sons and daughters and so forth, another guy that relishes the fact that he has children and what it means to him winning a championship. So Ken Roczen's going to be coming up, I believe, around the bottom of the hour. But coming up next, more insight from yours truly, Crasher, Richard C., Cody, and, of course, Cole, on the memory of Kyle Busch and really what he has meant to the sport, Freak Nation, and to us in general, Freak Nation. So it's a special hour with Speed Freaks on official Speed Freaks on YouTube, Freak Radio Network, and, of course, SiriusXM, Fox Sports Radio. Man, happy to be a part of it. You guys stick around, and I'll say, Rich, why don't we check the chat? You don't have your snappy little...
No, I got
can you?
mine.
All right. We'll get to your stories about Kyle Busch as well. Coming up next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detailer shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Kyle, hold the mic, will you? All right, here, I'm holding. Come on over here, Crash. She's gonna do the interview.
He can interview
See,
me.
Look at this. Look at
Kyle's
this.
going to interview me. Kyle, you were just texting your girlfriend, though, so she wouldn't think too much about this, would she?
No, but she's all cool with it. We're just messing around, having a good old time with the Crash Gladys here in the pits of what?
Speed Freaks pits. You know,
Speed
just the Freak
Freaks.
Nation, baby.
Speed Freaks to Freak Nation. Come on.
You know, we're going to nominate you. You are the ambassador of the Freak Nation. The emperor.
Emma?
Yes.
Sweet.
Kyle
See?
Busch.
I don't even have the mic on her when she's talking. I'm trying to.
That's all right. You're used to just having one right here in your helmet.
Yeah, exactly. It's right in my face.
Freak Nation, we continue on with reflections on Kyle Busch and really what he's meant to Speed Freaks and sports in general, Freak Nation. This segment brought to you by our good friends at Lucas Oil, proud partners of the Freaks and big-time supporters of Kyle Busch and Richard Childress Racing. So much so that Crasher may be able to share some information with us in a moment that Lucas Oil may have been working on for Kyle Busch next year. You go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. Lucasoil.com, where you can get fine products to keep your rides on the road. So I just Cole was nice enough to bring these M&Ms, and I was going to save it for the end of the show, but I just it's why I am with sweets. I just grab and eat. I don't even think about it, man. What?
Seriously.
He's looking for his M&Ms, Richie.
And I just ate them. In, of course, memory of Kyle Busch.
Of course.
So, okay, hold on. Let's go to a 4-shot or whatever you want to do to bring me up. Look what I just did.
You ate them too?
I literally, I was like, I can't sit here for 3 more segments and not eat these. So I did.
Yeah.
I opened up a bag as well.
Yep.
Like that's like speaking of Kyle Busch's legacy, how many young fans were made fans because he had the M&M's colors on his car?
Oh yeah.
Like Cole, how often were we at racetracks? At least when I was first going there in mid 2010s, 2014 was my first NASCAR Cup Series race, and Kyle was still in the M&M's colors, and you would see kids wearing the M&M's color just because it was the M&M's car.
Absolutely.
And a lot of those kids are probably NASCAR fans to this day because of Kyle Busch and because of M&M's.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, do you want to say it, Crasher? There's a 12-year-old upstairs watching the red flag Coca-Cola 6000 that had that same shirt, and what made that's her favorite sweet, and it's what made her a fan of Kyle Busch.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, me, is a huge IndyCar fan.
Yep.
That's my favorite series, but she dove headfirst into NASCAR because of Kyle Busch and M&M's. And yeah, when he came over to the Lucas Oil side, she was just flabbergasted.
Yeah.
So then she got to meet him, and that just made her day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, I am sorry I didn't say to put this up there, but Cody brought up a good point where Jay Fry, who at one time was one of the executives with the IndyCar series, now works for Ray Hall Letterman. Are you trying to get it as I talk about it? Okay, I'll drag my feet a little bit more. But Jay Fry, there was something in the works to get Kyle Busch in an IndyCar with IndyCar at the time. And Jay Fry, as I said, was an IndyCar executive, and he tweeted out the image of what possibly would have been Kyle Busch's IndyCar ride with M&Ms on the side. And when I thought about that, God, that's going to look like garbage. What? How do you make an M&M car look good on the pods of the freaking IndyCar? But holy crap, they had that thing dialed in. And it looks bueno. And I promise you, we're going to see it here in a minute because Cody is working his butt off to get the damn thing loaded. Right, Cody?
All right, I'll tack on.
You're stressing him out there,
All right,
Cody.
go ahead.
I'll tack on to this, actually. So I mentioned earlier how Kyle Busch was sort of like the lifeline for NASCAR in a time where it wasn't really doing its best. And part of that was because of the sponsorship. He was this big personality. He was rowdy. He was the candy man. He had this really awesome M&M's car. And like you said, Richie, it brought in a younger demographic, and I think that was part of the draw, was his personality and the sponsorship side of things. So, again, his impact on the sport cannot be overstated. It was just immense.
Cody, you have it?
Hey!
Man, that is so crisp.
The hands are so
Look
cool.
at that. Are you kidding me?
It's amazing.
I was telling my family, I think that's the best looking IndyCar I've ever
Will
seen.
you get on camera, please?
It definitely is.
Well, I like
sorry. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Best looking IndyCar I've ever seen.
Doesn't have the halo, but Crasher, you being the snorkeler that you are with IndyCar, what's your take on that?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's when they used to do the digital numbers on the roll bar.
Yeah.
This would have been, 2017-ish. So, yeah.
No
I
joke.
love
It goes that
It's
far
great.
back?
Yes.
Jay Fry was talking. Whoa, I was thinking it was more recent.
No, this was to get Kyle Busch to do the double. Remember, we had Kyle Busch's last interview last weekend from Dover, and we talked about the double. And he told us, I've tried. And he gave some sort of a quote of 3 strikes and you're out. I've tried 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the M&M's car was apparently that third one that I couldn't think of. One was Team Penske, one was Arrow McLaren, and I couldn't think of what the third one was, but there you go.
Damn.
Jay Fry's assistants.
Now, Crasher, how much are you allowed to share about what may have happened next year?
Considering that it wasn't even discussed, it was going to be discussed this weekend at the Indy 500 with a team that I know very well. And it couldn't be, but there was an idea that was thought of after that interview that I did with Kyle in Dover last weekend. And it was another idea that would be simplified a little bit as long as Lucas Oil bought into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out they would have. And as long as we could find another Chevy team, and well, we are connected to at least one, it would have been probably his easiest shot at doing the double because of a sponsor ready to go, because of the engine manufacturer also being there. Now we would just have to convince this team to either have a 4th car or have someone not be in a car next year.
Right.
But I think it really, really, really could have happened.
You just, again, the possibilities and the things that were lining up for it. Latest on Coke 6000?
Race just resumed, actually. They were red flagged for rain. Daniel Suarez is currently leading Christopher Bell. He's actually pulling away right now. He's on less tire than him, so it's getting pretty antsy up here. 30 to go. 30 to go in the Toyota 6000, I'll call it, because they've been dominating this entire race.
We're almost at 5 hours.
Yeah. Loving every second of it, baby.
Crasher, how long is the Atlanta IMSA race?
Talking about Petit Le Mans?
Yeah, Petit Le Mans. Is that 6 hours?
Oof, that's a really. Right now, I am so wasted in the brain right now. It's I don't know if it's 6.
Okay, hello.
I think it is 6.
My point.
No, I am. My mind is just like it's
it.
non-existent right now.
Well, my point is these guys are going to be in a car for over 5 hours, maybe 5 hours, and in a car they're not going to get out and go take a potty break.
So essentially, you're thinking that we should call the Coca-Cola 600 the Petite Charlotte?
No, hey, there's no co-drivers here either. Nope.
Oh.
Well, other than those wonderful servicemen and women that are riding shotgun with those drivers.
Great call.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean on the paint schemes? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to call an audible if you guys don't mind. I want another segment. I want 2 more segments to talk about Kyle. There's so much out there. Do you still have, by the way, that interview loaded that Crasher did with Kyle? You know? Man. What's that? From Dover? Think so? Because, again, there was another instance. How much time do we have here? There was another instance, Freak Nation, where I interviewed Adam Petty on the hauler at California Speedway, and then it was like just a few days later he was killed on track. And this has nothing to do with a humble brag. And, what are you talking about? It's just I'm trying to talk through this. When you talk to a driver and then all of a sudden they're freaking gone, you can't even explain it. You can't. I was thinking about this, Crasher, the drivers that we've lost, that we were, again, more than acquaintances in the last, 3 or 4 weeks, or longer than that. You have Kyle, Zanardi, Biffle, our late model guy, Bloomquist. And that's all this year, right? Right?
Oh, and
Bloomquist was last year?
The last 12 months? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. All right, I'm going to call an audible, Freak Nation. We're going to say we'll do 2 segments next week with Ken Roczen because it's such a special interview. But we're going to give this whole hour to Kyle, and I think he deserves it. And frankly, so do we. Selfishly, so do we. So more freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas Fuel Treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system. Pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
The most memorable night in NTT IndyCar racing is coming to Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, June 7th. It's a 200-mile-per-hour spectacle of speed that you have to see to believe. The stars of the Indy 500 take center stage in the 10th annual Bommarito Automotive Group 500. That's not all. The stars of Indy Next and the USAC Silver Crown Series go wheel to wheel to bring you 3 edge-of-your-seat races. Get your tickets to the big show at www.raceway.com.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extend the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and oil consumption in worn engines. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. Keep that engine alive.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Well, okay, what do you say to your guys? When things are going well on the track, what do you say to them? Do you yell things like American Idol songs or anything like that? What do you do?
I just kind of give out the little, yeah, come on, the thing's going great, or something like that. You know, last week of qualifying, I was actually going out of back straight and went, yeah, because I got through 1 and 2 so good because we were on a pole winning lap. So it was pretty cool to do that.
So someone from Vegas goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's close. That's close.
What kind of music do you like when you're driving back from the track and you want to hear some good stuff?
I'm listening to some Godsmack or some Metallica, AC/DC, you know, some of that kind of stuff.
Now we're talking.
Every once in a while I'll throw in the Eminem or the Usher or something like that, but that's just because the girlfriend's in there with me.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by good friends at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com to find a line of tires to keep all of your rides fat and happy. That's GeneralTire.com. They have called the race, Freak Nation. And, Cody, if you go into a 4-shot, Cole Cusimano, I'm going to let him announce who has won the Coca-Cola 5,999 Cokes, whatever.
The winner of the Coca-Cola 600 is our amigo Daniel Suarez. That's right. The race was called with 27 laps to go for rain. He beat Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Larson for his first crown jewel victory.
Booyah!
This is
Richie, yeah, you're not skinny dipping tonight, Richie.
No,
Shame.
Unfortunately, I was going to do that if Shane Van Gisbergen won. He finished 11th, so.
Real quick though. That's 2 wins this year for Spire Motorsports. How about that?
Bananas.
Yeah. Good for them. Anyway, so this is, again, Serendipity is I think the name of the show, because we had Felix Rosenqvist joining you guys back at Phoenix Raceway a couple months ago, and he brought up Kyle Busch as somebody who gets you to watch and tune in every week. Daniel Suarez wins today for Spire Motorsports. He drove for Kyle Busch Motorsports in the Truck Series in 2015 and 2016. And Cody, I don't know if you have this. Do you have this ready? Do you have the Daniel Suarez ready? Daniel Suarez was asked about Kyle Busch earlier this week, and great answer in terms of what Kyle Busch meant to Daniel Suarez.
Every single driver here has had a different journey, and I'm pretty sure that he has had an impact in many of these guys. Like I said, for me, you know, coming from Mexico, you know, I just have a way different journey than most drivers, and for him it was going to be very easy to don't care about me, you know, just don't really put too much time into myself. Maybe a call, maybe 2 calls, but 30 calls a year, 35 calls from a driver like this, that talks about who he is as a person, or who he is as a driver, who he is as a person, and that's when I respect people to a whole different level.
There you go. That's your 2026 Coca-Cola 600 winner right there.
Bam.
Awesome stuff.
That's again, I think that's so cool. This is so good for NASCAR, man, because again, all this hour we've kind of been talking about Kyle Busch's legacy,
right?
And we're seeing it every week because of all the drivers that have driven for Kyle Busch Motorsports who are racing in the Cup Series. Christopher Bell, I believe, is one of them, and Daniel Suarez goes out and wins the race this weekend. Incredible.
By the way, he earned every bit of this victory too, because Toyota's dominated this entire race. He held off all these drivers on only 2 tires versus 4 tires. Not just once, but twice. There were 2 restarts where he did this, holding off Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson. So hats off to Daniel Suarez, our amigo.
Yep. Crasher, I know you don't want to hear this, and you don't need to stick around, but since this race just wrapped up, by the way, Freak Nation, Daniel Suarez, they called the race. Daniel Suarez was leading, and how many laps were left?
27.
27. Daniel Suarez, the Coca-Cola 600 win. We are going to do Speed Freaks After Dark. So after we go off the network, Richie, Cody, yours truly, and Cole, we'll continue, Crasher. You can go to bed, man. It was a hell of a weekend for you, okay?
Yes.
Is that all right?
I woke up at 3:45 Eastern time,
right?
And I'm working on midnight, coming up on midnight Eastern time. So yeah, I'm tired.
That a girl. Well, you kicked some ass this weekend.
Thank you.
It's awesome. So yeah, Freak Nation, stick around. Top of the hour, we're going to continue. I might even pull out a little bit of Woodford.
Now we're talking.
Damn it, Cody doesn't drive when he's got a buzz, which is probably pretty smart.
Yeah.
Can we get you an Uber, Cody?
I can be your Uber.
Yeah, but who's going to...
No way in hell am I leaving the RSM here. No way.
The RSM.
No way.
And no one knows what that is.
Oh, my gosh, Freak Nation. So, yeah, we continue our discussion about Kyle Busch and really what he's meant to all of us and to sports in general. We know what he's done for motorsports, Freak Nation, but the outpouring has, frankly, surprised me. And not just from a motorsports perspective, but the lines that it has crossed that people were reporting on the death of Kyle Busch and the things that they were told to report on and say about Kyle Busch was amazing to me. And one of the touch points for me is my 12-year-old daughter. And she is a huge Kyle Busch fan. And we knew when this happened, Crasher was in Indianapolis. I was in Uvalde, Texas with my friends at General Tire with a great promotion down there. When this happened, we both knew that we needed to get on FaceTime with her and tell her about it before she went to school the next day. Because that's the last thing we wanted her to do, is to find out that her favorite driver, and she knows how important Kyle Busch is, not just for motorsports, but she was tying it in to Lucas Oil as well, because she knows how important Lucas Oil is to us for a number of reasons, and really what he meant to Lucas Oil and how Lucas Oil embraced him. So there have been conversations every day and every night about Kyle Busch and what he's meant to her, frankly, and why is he gone? Why couldn't he have been saved? Questions like that. Questions like, Dad, can they bring people back to life? It sounds funny, but it's coming from a 12-year-old that hasn't experienced grief like this before at all. And just having these conversations about a driver that is leaving a legacy with so many facets and not factions, but facets in so many different areas of this planet that means so much to them and what he's done in a race car. That my goodness, and that girl there in Indianapolis, what he's meant to her, and the backbone that you've had to really ride over the last 3 or 4 days, Crashers, has been phenomenal. Given the fact that we think you were the last one to have a national interview with him, right?
Yes, I'll tell the story why I know that's the case. I've told a few people this, and I mean it's just 100% fact. So I mean I'm not stepping out of line and saying this, but yeah, I did my interview in Dover with Kyle Busch, and we were having fun with some Lucas Oil representatives, and he did a little stand up and front of the camera for a promo for Dover. Hey, watch the All-Star race, blah, blah, blah. Then he even did something so freaking cool. And of course, we did not put it up on social media, in which he did a, hey guys, hey motorheads, watch the greatest day in motorsports, starting with the Indy 500 and then the Coca-Cola 600. And it's all about the red, white, and blue with Lucas Oil. I mean, he did that right off the top of his head. And we were going to air it. We were going to surprise Lucas Oil with it this weekend. Obviously, we didn't air it. But we were having fun like that. And then we did the interview. And then we talked a little bit more about the double. And things were just fun. And then I said, okay, hey, I'll see you on the grid. And, me and Ezekiel with Lucas, we walked around, did some of our other stuff, and then went to the grid. Oh, no, did driver intros first. Got some amazing driver intros in Dover. The stage was phenomenal. Get to the grid. Every driver's there. There was a lot of downtime. Fox was doing their interviews. Michael Waltrip's going up and down. And then they get to Kyle's car. The Fox crew does. And they're asking us all, where's Kyle? And we're like, I don't know. I didn't see his PR girl, Casey. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. She's with him because they would walk out here together. I asked one of the social media people with RCR, I said, yeah, why is Kyle not here? Every other driver's out here. And she's like, I don't know. So I'm just thinking, let the man go to the bathroom. We need our private time sometimes.
45 seconds.
But it dragged on for 15 minutes. And they had the Fox show had to pivot. They had to go to Austin Cindric. So they went to Austin Cindric. Kyle's still not there. He showed up right before the national anthem. I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, he was not feeling well. Just to add on to all of this, that's why he wasn't on the grid. Wasn't on the grid until he absolutely had to be. And that makes me more sad. It really stings, to be honest.
We got one more segment, Freak Nation, and I really don't know where we're going to go with it other than it's going to be Kyle Busch related. I hope you stick around for that to give you more insights, some things you may not have known about the guy, our opinions on really what went down and how we're dealing with it, all of us, Freak Nation. So more freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
If you want to blend in, keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
The most memorable night in NTT IndyCar racing is coming to Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, June 7th. It's a 200-mile-per-hour spectacle of speed that you have to see to believe. The stars of the Indy 500 take center stage in the 10th annual Bommarito Automotive Group 500. That's not all. The stars of Indy Next and the USAC Silver Crown Series go wheel to wheel to bring you 3 edge-of-your-seat races. Get your tickets to the big show at www.raceway.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system. Pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas fuel treatment. It works.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Kyle Busch and SpeedFreaks pits, and you've been in our pits a number of times, especially with all those wins last year in the Busch Series. And when you roll in, you seem to get a little cocky. Is it the SpeedFreaks that bring it out of you? What is it?
Yeah, it is. You guys are all about the cockiness, so I got to make sure I set you back down in your place before you get to me. So I make sure that I'm all over you. Like you're trying to knock me over a little bit here.
I do. I am getting kind of close to you. What's up with that?
I don't know. It's like you're trying to kiss me or something.
Yeah, it won't happen. Maybe your brother, but your brother's got the $5 million. I'd kiss him before I'd kiss you.
Well, I'd make sure I'd ran away, but if Crash was doing it, I might stand a different chance, sir.
That's right. She is behind the camera there. Is it kind of distracting with me standing here and Crash behind the camera?
No, I can look over there, but there's a camera hiding her face, so I got to look at you for now because I'm talking to you.
Freak Nation, Kyle Busch. Almost 21 years ago, 20 years old. It might have been the first time in the Freak Nation. He sure talked like it was.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
He looked very, like I said earlier, fresh-faced and just kind of like not, I don't want to say not media trained, but he just seemed like very bubbly, you know? And that's not very Kyle Busch-like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I would remind you, Freak Nation, coming up in 15 minutes, the unofficial Coca-Cola 6000 post-race show will be right here at Official Speed Freaks on YouTube. It's going to be Speed Freaks After Dark, and we've never done this. Where we've talked about doing Speed Freaks After Dark, where we can really let it go.
I have a question.
I am ready to go toe to toe with Cole over NASCAR's decision making here.
We got any boxing gloves? We do have boxing gloves, actually.
Well,
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Can we curse?
Yeah, but to a degree, because remember.
We're on the internet.
We still have sponsors in our shots.
Okay.
Balls.
All right.
But you can cuss, but you know what words you can't say.
Well, obviously. I know.
All right.
I thought that would be a good tease or a build-up.
Oh, I'm sure there's people going to hang around.
Right?
They're going to hear Cole say, damn. Oh, my God. I can't wait to hear Richie go S. Golly.
I'm saying, you don't get that with a lot of other any other motorsport shows.
If you think people are watching us to wait for us to cuss,
oh
Cole,
no, it's like raw, you know. You don't gotta restrict yourself. Not that we're gonna go crazy, but just saying.
By the way, the shot, Richie, what's the significance of my shoes and my socks?
Well, those look like checkerboard socks, like checker flag socks, and those are red, white, and blue sneakers.
Can you see?
So it's Memorial Day weekend.
I did notice that. Those are really cool.
Can you see?
What is happening right now? What the hell is going on, Freak Nation? That's Adidas?
Adidas, gold Adidas.
Awesome.
Is it something to do with the World Cup?
Attaboy.
No, you can't give us feet pics for free, bro.
All right. There you go. You see that? That's the World Cup logo. Yeah.
Hey, that's on Fox, baby, coming up. Let's go.
Yeah. I walked out of Dick's with a little dent in my wallet. Daughter a new soccer ball, new Team USA jersey, me with some new kicks, and some other new kicks. the Team USA jersey, and a hat. And Haley looked at me and goes, "Why did you spend so much?" Seriously, we just came in there for a soccer ball because now she's playing now at 12 years old. You play with a size 5, and we went to get it. So we got just a cool looking World Cup ball for her to use. But we walked out of there a few $100 more than expected.
Oops. Should have bet that money on Felix Rosenqvist or Daniel Suarez to win this weekend because you would have made some bank.
Yep.
As you guys,
Felix was 11-1 at Green Flag, so yeah.
As you guys get older, there will be things that fall away from your priorities. And I mean, again, up until probably my early 40s, lived and breathed Cowboys, Mavericks, Rangers, Stars. I go on and on, but they just fall away. And I'm the same way with sports in general now, where I just don't. But when it comes to the World Cup, and Crasher has seen this, it's a whole different animal. And maybe we'll talk about this later, but it's just coming from a dude who's played soccer all his life, and people have pummeled me and pummeled the sport for years and years and years. There's a time when you stand up for your sport, Richie, and you continue to get knocked down when they get their ass kicked. They don't make it the second round.
World Cup is awesome. It's just a shame that FIFA sucks.
Cole Cusimano, give me about 45 seconds of Kyle Busch.
Well, I'll say this. I think it will go down as one of the biggest what-ifs in sports. I don't want to get too in-depth about that. But what I will say is that I didn't know it at the time, but again, I got into NASCAR very late in my life, and I didn't know it, but Kyle Busch was a huge part of my childhood and growing up. And what I'll say to the fans out there is that don't take the dominance and the winning for granted. If Tyler Reddick's winning 5 out of 6 races, embrace it, enjoy it. Right. It might be annoying, but you're never going to see it again. I think back to my days as a fan at Phoenix Raceway where I camp out every single year, and I would go in those grandstands every Saturday knowing that Kyle Busch was going to win that race, and I hated it. But looking back now, I do not take it for granted, and I'm going to miss seeing that 18 car, 8 car, 54 car, whatever he was driving on track and just dominating, and it's a massive loss for sports.
Richie?
Yeah, I wish I would have appreciated him more. Like you said, Cole, you nailed it. I wish I would have appreciated his greatness more while he was at the top of his game. And I think tonight we've shown what made him so great is he did this at an elite level for over 20 years. He's one of the few drivers, I think he holds the record for Cup Series consecutive years with a win in the Cup Series. And man, I wish I would have enjoyed it more. I mentioned Kobe Bryant earlier in the show. Thought the same thing about Kobe Bryant. It's like, man, when he was beating the crap out of the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference Finals, I wish I would have enjoyed that more. And that's what I think about when I think about Kyle Busch right now. Is I wish I would have enjoyed his dominance more while we had it.
Yeah,
Cody.
I'm not really the best guy for this kind of thing, but just gotta say I'm gonna miss the hell out of the guy. It was I love Days of Thunder growing up. That's what got me into NASCAR. So obviously I was somewhat a rowdy fan for pretty much my whole existence in the sport, and it's gonna be hard not seeing him on the track.
Crasher.
Yeah, it can't be said enough. His dominance on track, his absolute natural talent, just the way that he could. I talked to Mo Nunn today. Mo Nunn, engineer, VP with Chip Ganassi Racing, and he said he worked with Kyle Busch in one endurance race with, I can't remember where it was, but one of their IMSA races many, many years ago. And he said Kyle could do things with that sports car that his full-time sports car drivers couldn't do. Just the absolute natural talent. You didn't have to tell the guy, well, some people say you don't have to tell me twice. You didn't even have to tell Kyle once. His ability to read cars, to feel cars, and just, it doesn't matter what they were. Sports cars, Indy cars, dirt cars. He was just that good. And it stinks that these last couple of years, he unfortunately just didn't have a car underneath him where he could showcase that like we saw in the entire rest of his career. But at least what we did get to see, because we might not have seen him winning as much in Victory Lane, we then could focus on his family time. And like I alluded to earlier in the show, he was all about Brexton and Lennox. And it was so amazing watching him race midgets, wing sprints with Brexton during the week and then sometimes on weekends. That was pretty amazing. And it was a family affair. Lennox would come and cheer them on, and obviously Samantha just being there for everybody's support. Seeing that, obviously it makes us sad right now, but it was just a cool way to have as a lasting memory of Kyle Busch.
Everything you guys are saying, you could go on and on about it. You know, it's endless. Other than Cody, who's got the shortest answers in the history of mankind. It's okay. But it's from the heart, and I get it. My point is, the more we learn about what happened, the angrier I can get. Because I've been, if everything that we're reading is true, and this is coming from the Busch estate, it's my opinion this could have been preventable.
Well, there's, yes,
because
lots of doctors have said that.
I
too.
have gone through something similar where an emergency doctor looked at me and says, "You're about to go into sepsis." I thought, what? That's for old people and for people that don't listen to their body and take care of their body. Thank goodness I had some alarms that said, you better go to the emergency room and find out what the F is wrong with you. So listen to your body, Freak Nation. I don't care how young or how old you are. Listen to your body. And don't take crap if the answer does not match how you're feeling. Battle that doctor. Battle those folks that carry the stethoscopes and the important papers around. Medicine is a science. I get it. But if you're not feeling right, they need to know about it. Freak Nation. Kyle Busch, thank you for all the years, my man. Thank you for all the years. Speed Freaks After Dark continues.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
The most memorable night in NTT IndyCar racing is coming to Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, June 7th. It's a 200-mile-per-hour spectacle of speed that you have to see to believe. The stars of the Indy 500 take center stage in the 10th annual Bommarito Automotive Group 500. That's not all. The stars of Indy Next and the USAC Silver Crown Series go wheel to wheel to bring you 3 edge-of-your-seat races. Get your tickets to the big show at www.raceway.com.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system. Pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
We joked about getting the pole because the due date was basically on qualifying, and then she came earlier, and then we almost got the pole. So we were like, oh, like it almost happened, and you don't even dare thinking about the actual win. You're like, you still have to do 200 laps, you know. But
Well, okay, what do you say to your guys? When things are going well on the track, what do you say to them? Do you yell things like American Idol songs or anything like that? What do you do?
I just kind of give out the little, yeah, come on, the thing's going great, or something like that. You know, last week at qualifying, I was actually going out of back straight and went, yeah, because I got through 1 and 2 so good because we were on a pole winning lap. So it was pretty cool to do that.
So someone from Vegas goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's close. That's close.
What kind of music do you like when you're driving back from the track and you want to hear some good stuff?
I'm listening to some Godsmack or some Metallica, AC/DC, you know, some of that kind of stuff.
Now we're talking.
Every once in a while I'll throw in the Eminem or the Usher or something like that, but that's just because the girlfriend's in there with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Lucas Oil Studios and riding on a dope set of General Tires, Speed Freaks, Kenny Sargent, Crash Gladys, Richie, Cole, and Cody, Big Johnson. This isn't a show, it's a takeover, no rules, no limits, just speed, smoke, and straight talk. Strap in, Freak Nation! This is Speed Freaks! We already won! We already won! Saw that black rock.
Freak Nation, it is Speed Freaks After Dark, your unofficial Coca-Cola 600 post-race show, Freak Nation, where it's incredible how much attention we paid to the race over the last 2 hours, as we just did a live 2-hour show across the Freak Radio Network, YouTube, and, of course, Fox Sports FS2. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This is somewhat of an unfiltered version of Speed Freaks. Crasher is already asleep. And let me tell you this, guys. Without her on air with us right now, you know, I'd say this in front of her. There are many things I enjoy about Crash. and there are many things I'm envious about Crash. That broad, and this is not me being funny, I've timed it. She can get to sleep in 25 seconds.
I wish
I had that.
It's
And
bananas.
does she like sleep through it too, through the night, or does she wake up?
Yeah, yes, she does. It's
God. I would kill for that, man.
God. So
I'll love
my
you.
point is, we're 3 minutes after we signed off, or actually 8 for her since we signed off for the break, and I guarantee she's asleep.
Damn.
Good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Freak Nation, we spent 2 hours talking about the majority of it, talking about Kyle Busch and some updates about the Coca-Cola 600. Spent some good time talking about a legendous Indy 500 race win for Felix Rosenqvist. And now we've got Daniel Suarez with a shortened Coca-Cola 600. How many laps were left there, Cole Cusimano?
27.
27 laps left. And according to Richie and Cole, who were watching Suarez as he got out of the car, dude was bawling his eyes out, right?
Yeah, he was. It was a very emotional win for him, you could tell. Obviously, drove for KBM for 2 years in the Truck Series. And, Parker Clearman pointed this out. I totally spaced on the fact, but Spire Motorsports, their building, their facility was originally KBM. So that camp is essentially from Kyle Busch Motorsports that won the race.
How about that?
Yeah.
Serendipity, man. That's been my word of the show for the last 2+ hours. Serendipity.
Yeah.
And if you missed this in the first, get that Suarez ready. If you missed the video of Daniel Suarez, he was asked about Kyle Busch, part of the media scrums that go on before race day. He had some heartfelt words about Kyle Busch. Again, your winner, your Coca-Cola 600 race winner, Daniel Suarez on Kyle Busch.
Every single driver here has had a different journey, and I'm pretty sure that he has had an impact in many of these guys. Like I said, for me, coming from Mexico, I just have a way different journey than most drivers, and for him it was going to be very easy to don't care about me, just don't really put too much time into myself. Maybe a call, maybe 2 calls, but 30 calls a year, 35 calls from a driver like this, that talks about who he is as a person, not who he is as a driver, who he is as a person, and that's when I respect people to a whole different level.
Needless to say, a lot coming from the heart of Daniel Suarez and the connections that he had with Kyle Busch. Daniel Suarez, his first Cup race win since
Atlanta.
Oh yeah, with one of the closest finishes in the history of mankind.
Wait, Kyle Busch was a part of that finish in Atlanta, was he not?
Yeah, I think he was.
I swear he was.
In the Cheddar's car?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he was, yeah.
Right. Good for Daniel Suarez. And look at that. 2 race wins for Spire Motorsports.
Mm-hmm.
How many race wins for Trackhouse this year outside of SVG?
Outside of SVG?
Mm-hmm.
Zero. Yeah.
Right. How's that working out?
It was confirmed Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney by 0.007.
Dude,
nice job, Richie.
Yeah, sometimes the way the world works like that, it's just weird, man. It's like...
And you take a step back, it's not surprising to me that Suarez is having more success at Spire than with Trackhouse. That last year was as stressful as I've seen the guy and trying to perform under that stress. But going into a group with Spire Motorsports and unimaginable type of money that team has. And that team is on its way up to becoming a severely dedicated team to winning. That's what the ownership wants. And we've seen it with a number of interviews with their principal owner and with the management of the team, Cole.
Can I plug something?
Yeah.
So I actually did a feature on Spire Motorsports and exactly what you're talking about,
Right.
Their dedication to winning. First week of the season, basically. Talked with Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez, and Carson Osavar about that very topic, and it was very eye-opening to hear all 3 perspectives. Obviously, Carson Osavar being the rookie of that Spire camp, and then
right.
elder statesman in Michael McDowell, the newcomer in Daniel Suarez, and just to hear the vision they've all bought into with Jeff Dickerson, It's pretty incredible, and to see them have 2 wins now in 13 races in 2026 speaks volumes to the resources that they're putting into the organization and how much they're buying into and putting behind their drivers. So
it's crazy,
amazing.
man. It's like night and day.
Yeah,
night and day for that organization all of a sudden. Because Daniel Suarez, who is somebody who get his occasional win, right? He was good on super speedways, et cetera, et cetera. He didn't make the playoffs last year, right? He was not one of those guys that you would think of as being a contender week in and week out, or being somebody who would be a chase contender every week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, he is 10th in the NASCAR Cup Series points. 10th, Daniel Suarez, for a Spire Motorsports organization, which is outside of your big three in the NASCAR Cup Series, is insane. He's ahead of William Byron. He's ahead of Bubba Wallace. Chase Briscoe made the Final Four last year, ahead of 3-time champion Joey Logano, who is 18th right now, outside of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. And just ahead of him is his teammate Carson Hocevar.
Also,
great story.
How about this, too? 2 of those 3 Spire cars are in the top 10 in points.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they have as many wins as HMS this year. Chase Elliott, 2 wins. Spire Motorsports, 2 wins.
Hendrick is not your top Chevy team anymore, baby.
And I was saying this, I think, the first month of the season. It's not even up for debate. They have been the second best Chevrolet team in 2026. So, great job, Spire Motorsports.
Do we have someone back there running the board? Do we have single shots?
Oh, yeah, I thought you were doing...
Dude, you know what Cody's doing right now? Take a shot at you, Cody. Do it.
Yeah,
Cody,
do it.
What's he doing right now? This man isn't even doing his job. He's chewing on freaking M&Ms instead of actually doing his job.
I didn't know you wanted it.
Well, you did say 3-shot.
Yeah, you
start off with, I said, do we have a 3-shot? Like, start off with a 3-shot. No.
Look, I didn't know this needed to be produced. I thought this was after hours.
Cody's back there going, when am I going to get that freaking
I'm
Kyle Busch
I'm texting people
number 8
back.
to have?
I'm chilling.
I know it.
Real quick, I just want to ask Richie a question here.
Oh, okay.
Richie, did you ever think, when you were a Dale Jr. fan back in the day, that you'd be wearing a Kyle Busch shirt all these years later?
No.
I know.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm
that's
looking
a
at
great
myself
point.
right now, and I'm like, I can't believe
That's
this
a
is
great
reality.
point you brought that up, because I was thinking, like, kind of over the last, 72 hours or so, I was like, when I think of Kyle Busch, what's the first thing that comes to mind? And there are 2 things, actually. The first thing is Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle Busch in the 18 car, Dale Jr. is leading that race, probably going to win the race. And this was, I forget what year this was. I think it was COT? It was COT. So it was, 2008 at Richmond. Dale Jr. is going to win the damn race. And Kyle Busch comes through, short track Richmond, old school Richmond, back when it was awesome under the lights.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually meant something to win that race. And Kyle Busch punts Dale Jr. out of the way. I was so mad.
Yep.
I'm still mad, almost 20 years later.
Of course.
And that's the first thing I thought of. And the second thing I thought of is when Kyle Busch went to victory lane. In the first time ever, he had the Lucas Oil colors at Fontana Speedway, last ever Fontana race.
Yeah.
And he won that race. So, to answer your question, absolutely not. 10
insane.
years ago, I ain't wearing Kyle Busch merchandise. Heck no. But we're doing it tonight.
Yeah, and I'll be transparent. I shedded many tears over the last 72 hours, and I did not think that would ever be the case, being the rabid Dale Jr. fan that I was back in the day. So
yeah, I want to go to our chat real quick because I can. Big Glenn's still watching us. Shout out Big Glenn, still watching us on YouTube. He said here. Where the hell did it go, damn it? Where'd it go?
Go Knicks, by the way, Big Glenn.
He said, break out the Woodford, baby, and that's pretty much what we're doing. I don't think we're drinking Woodford. I don't think it's what this is. But.
Cole has Travelers, and you and I have 1762.
1762.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers to Daniel Suarez.
Cheers.
The Coca-Cola 600, which took about 5 hours, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll drink to that.
No,
should have taken another hour to finish that thing off, but whatever.
I was so glad that they ended that race, Cole.
You weren't even watching it. Okay. We had this discussion on Horsepower Hump Day. If you have a crown jewel event, these things should be seen all the way through. Should they not?
That's what I said that on Wednesday. But I changed my tune tonight. while I was watching the race. The reason why is because they got in miraculously. They got in.
You got it.
They got in most of the race. And going in, I didn't think they were going to run this damn thing at all. That they were going to have to run it on Monday after all the weather talk we had going into the race. I was like, all right, they got in 367 laps of this race. That's more than enough. They do not have to wait around 2 hours to finish 27 laps. And so once it started raining with less than 50 laps to go and Daniel Suarez is winning, I was like, take this bad bitch home, end it for goodness sake, because I ain't waiting around for another 2 hours just to finish 27 laps. That is not worth it. After 5 hours of this race, I was like, we can end it, and we can have a guy in Daniel Suarez who deserved to win this race.
Richie, you being a Rams snorkeler,
yeah,
who's the one team that you like the Rams to beat the bejesus out of?
Well, right now, and I would say this, the Seahawks. Either Seahawks or Niners. Yeah.
That get you out of your seat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 8th game of the season.
Uh-huh.
Into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's tied. It's 14-14.
That's not even the same, dude. They don't cancel NFL games. Oh, continue your point. I'm sorry.
And then they have overtime.
Yeah.
And they end in a tie.
They almost did that this year, didn't they?
Don't you think that's garbage?
That's the rules.
I didn't ask about the rules.
That's the rules, man.
NASCAR's playing by their rules. Don't you want to see your team finish that?
They did. If it goes to overtime and they finish the overtime period, the
Don't you
game's
want to
over.
see a team win?
I would like to, yes, but you and I are both soccer fans.
Right.
They can end in a tie.
It's the dumbest thing ever, by the way.
In a draw. We're going to watch the World Cup in a couple
And-
weeks. You were just waxing poetic about the World Cup. You know what they can do in the group stage of that competition? They end in ties all the time.
They end in 0-0,
I
right?
never said I liked it. I hate it. I love PKs. I know as a longtime soccer fan, I'm supposed to be part of the purity of the game, but I need a freaking finish. I've got to have. I hate ties. I think they're bogus. I think it's the last man or woman standing that should get the freaking win.
Mm-hmm.
The stupid metaphor or saying of it's like kissing your stepsister or what the hell is it? Like kissing your mother, a tie or something like that. I need I hate ties. I hate ties. Which, frankly, I know that the U.S. men's team has advanced in rounds because of ties and not losses. But I just don't like ties. I don't like ties. And especially for a race that's so meaningful to NASCAR fans with the Coca-Cola 600, you got to finish the goddamn thing. You have to. I would think that the drivers want to, right? Unless you're
so.
Well, who was it we saw with the Indy 500? Oh, it was Scott. Was it Scott Dixon's wife?
It was Emma
Emma Davis going, well, I think there's a storm coming.
Lightning. Race is over.
Oh, that sucks so bad.
That was a
you
hard
can't.
watch, man.
No, you can't. I'm sorry. I hate not having a legitimate winner.
You know what would have prevented this from happening? The stoppage of the race and making it official with the red flag and the rain?
No stages, bitches.
No stages. No stage breaks.
Yeah. There you go.
Again, as an addendum to finishing these Crown Jewel races off, how about we eliminate the stage breaks for these Crown Jewel events? Your Daytona 500, your Southern 500, Coke 600. There's your solution right there. This race would have ended probably an hour sooner, if I had to guess. You would have had more strategy as well with the pit road and all that. And, yeah.
You might be onto something, and I mean onto something to where I would imagine, again, if France and Kennedy, I always get it backwards. Lisa France Kennedy.
Yeah.
And I know France has removed himself, but if they can just keep their freaking fingers out of it, that the O'Donnells of the world, as well as the past Steve Phelps of the world, think it's bullshit too. And that might be the way to slowly ease back into getting rid of those stages for next year, going, okay, we hear you. We're going to end it with Daytona. We're going to end it with the 600 and whatever. I don't know, but I think that's a great way for them to save a little bit of face to slowly implement it, kind of like they've initially did with this horsepower package of saying, we're just going to do on this type of tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And then next year's, so I think you might be onto something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm always here for consultation.
Again,
so.
here's my question to you, Cole. Does the fact that NASCAR ended this race with 27 laps to go, as opposed to going all 600 miles, did that change your life at all?
Yes, it does.
No, bullshit.
Why
no,
not?
It does not change anything about it.
Well,
no.
we could have had a Denny Hamlin win. We could have had an SV. What if SVG won this race?
Doesn't matter because it didn't happen. You're talking
would've
about
jumped in the pool.
You're talking about what ifs that didn't happen.
That's a great point. Richie would have said, "I'm not jumping in the pool. Won a complete race."
That's true.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. No.
That could have changed many things. It could have changed bettors' wallets if you listen to the Money Stop Betting podcast. If someone won the race that you betted on, so it changed my life.
I mean, this isn't. You have a legitimate winner here. Well, okay, you have a winner here. You don't have a tie.
Kenny, when you weren't here on Wednesday,
Right.
Cole and I spent 15 minutes talking about David Rudemann's win when he won the Coke 600
Oh my gosh.
back in 2009. So that's basically what happened here. Is but Daniel Suarez is much more deserving than David Rudeman.
Did you, or did we sort of like forecast that? Because we were talking about, has this race ever been rained out? But they hadn't had a winner.
That was one of the last 2 times because it was the Christopher Bell win, and then previously it was David Rudeman, and now it's Daniel Suarez.
Yeah, so we spoke it into existence.
Kind of.
Unfortunately.
Freak Nation, what's your take? Should they have continued? Should they still be under a red flag to finish those 27 laps? You cool with this?
Because I'll give Cole this. If there was more than 100 laps remaining, then sure, you can delay the race and run the rest tomorrow on Monday morning when the track is clear.
Which has happened before.
Yeah. But for 27 laps, no. That's 95% of the race is done and dusted.
It's still a crown jewel event, though, and you want to see it through. And my thing is, as far as time goes, it's 9 o'clock Mountain Time right now. I think back to 2015 when Dale Jr. won at Daytona. That race ended at like 11 o'clock Mountain Time, so like 1 o'clock in the morning East Coast.
Yeah.
They could have easily drive the track and did this again. And the radar looked pretty clear.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Somebody, Bob Dole, he's back.
Oh, BD.
Bob Dole is back, baby. Do you know who Bob Dole is?
He got the pencil in his hand?
Bob Dole, he was the Republican nominee for president back in 1996.
I covered that.
What?
I covered the Republican National Convention in San Diego in 96.
Crazy.
Bob Dole.
This year was born.
And Bob Dole is in the comments here, ladies and gentlemen. He made this great point, and this is a good discussion point, too, which is this was happening live on our show, and they stopped. There was a caution for lightning strike, right? Remember this? We were talking about this during a break, but we were trying to figure out because, we had the race on in the background, and so Cole had it muted during the break. And normally, I looked at Cole, I said, isn't that automatic 30-minute stoppage for anytime there's a lightning strike?
Mm-hmm.
In every sporting event, they will call a stoppage for 30 minutes until there's until they go back racing, go back into the game. They didn't here. There was a lightning strike within the specified distance, and they decided to still continue on with the race. And so Bob Dole brought this up. He said Suarez earned it. They even rewrote the lightning rules, and he still held them off. Can we appreciate the upset? And that's right, Cole. Like there was a restart. There was a restart.
It was 2 restarts.
2 restarts, and Daniel Suarez on 2 tires, right? Because that's how he got the lead.
Yep.
Managed to beat your Christopher Bell's. It's Denny Hamlin's of the world. Straight up.
No, I agree. He definitely earned it. Like I said, he held them off for 2 restarts. But I just want to see these things follow through.
Now, Cole Cusimano, and again, you had one eye on the race and one eye on the show. Appreciate you doing that. One of the things that you brought up, I think it was last Sunday, because I wasn't part of Horsepower Hump Day, but last Sunday you said that this Coca-Cola 600 will be a determining factor for you if NASCAR is broken.
Oh,
I said that.
That was Richie. I did tack
you
on to that as well.
agreed.
I agreed.
You said
yes,
something,
I did
right?
agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I had no problems with the racing itself.
Most
there was passing, there was
Sorry,
speed
I knew
changes.
someone said it.
So
At least I got
had
the right
no
show.
Yeah, it's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because from what I saw, and I watched, about a quarter of the race or so while we were prepping to do tonight's show. From what I saw, it was perfectly fine. It was a really solid Charlotte Motor Speedway race. Cole and I were watching the end of stage 2, and there was a 5-car battle within a second of the lead, with about 15 laps to go in stage 2, and Cole and I were like, "This is NASCAR, baby. This is what we love about this sport."
Yep.
And I feel like the fan side. I mean, I didn't see a lot of people complaining on the internet tonight, which is nice.
Which is a surprise too.
I know. Yeah.
But I would say it was a success too, because there was passing for the lead as opposed to the last mile and a half at Texas, where there was passing throughout the field, but they couldn't get around for the lead. So I would say there's no cause for alarm here.
Yeah, I'm
with the
going
mile
to
and
look
a half
this up
package.
here. There were 32 lead changes among 13 drivers in a nearly 600-mile race. 32 lead changes in a 600-mile race doesn't feel like a lot. But, I mean, again, I'd have to look that up compared to previous 600s.
Not compared to what we saw with the Indy 500.
Oh, not even close.
What was there, four times as many lead changes?
It was like
Double.
70 plus.
Oh, okay,
Double. There was
hello. Yeah. Hello. How's it going, Kenny?
double. There was double.
I will admit that Indy 500 was definitely significantly better. That was an incredible race.
It's I don't know what it is, other than maybe the obvious, but the 500, what was it, 3.5 hours, Richie?
About 3.5 hours.
Just doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't.
And I'll be frank, and I think there was a text I put out last week, maybe after we got news about Kyle, that I never want to say it on air, and I think I talk about it from time to time, but the Indy 500 scares the shit out of me. Just from, I don't want to see drivers injure themselves or worse in a race that means everything to them. Because even according to Felix Rosenqvist, who we had on the show, the risks that these men and women take to win that race ultimately could prove deadly. And as we talked about in that show, that a lot of the triggers of accidents, I don't know percentages, in IndyCar racing, of course, it's the open wheels, it's the touching of the wheels that precede accidents. And with those guys doing what they're doing at that speed, man, it's so ripe for accidents.
Yeah, the perfect example of that today, Kenny, we saw it live, which was Ryan Hunter-Reay spins out, single car, and they did it on the broadcast. Townsend Bell did a great job explaining this. The awareness of Catherine Legg there to do what she did in a split second. Watching the replay at full speed, she's gonna hit him.
Yep.
She's gonna
Very much
T-bone Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Yep.
In that instance, and she didn't. And she somehow, some way, managed to avoid him, and unfortunately, in doing so, spun out and ended her day at the Indianapolis 500. But that's the perfect example, I think, of what you're kind of getting at.
Yep.
Yeah, kudos to her for sure.
And I feel the same way. Excuse me, about Top Fuel too.
Oh yeah,
it's a bomb. It's a controlled chaos, man. And I'll end on the freaking negativity of motorsports. The only sport that I wasn't certain if they were going to make it down the track without a crash was Top Fuel drag boats. And I've seen drivers perish. I've seen drivers lose the ability to use their limbs. But I'm getting back to my point. What drivers will do for a race win is something that many of us won't understand. We'll see drag boat pilots push through certain issues on the water where you'll see rollers coming, and they'll try and push through a roller. Roller is a wave on a track where you don't want to be on that when you're going 200 miles an hour in a Top Fuel boat, or actually 230. And it's like, bro, just don't go. Just don't. Bam. And what was this? I think it was a flat bottom boat. Mike was his first name, his last name, and I saw him push through this and then carried him off the stretcher, and he's gone. Yeah. So getting back to my point of the Indy 500, it's just, you just know what these drivers go through just to get that race win, that it's that's one reason I think the race. This is the point I'm trying to make, Richie. The race is so fast for a 3.5 hour race. It's just you're like this the third time, man. Like damn, okay, and fine. And I'm not behind the damn race car. I'm watching this stuff.
Right.
God.
Right.
Dang. And I think it's also the fact that we've experienced. You can't describe a funny car. You can't. You cannot until you go and experience. You can't explain 4 race cars going 230 miles an hour next to each other on a racetrack until you see it live. That's one reason why I like this. I like those huge freaking stock cars on road courses because it looks so odd and uncomfortable. But these guys are handling these cars on these tracks. You just can't explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we've seen these races before in person, it's thrilling. It's absolutely thrilling to see what these guys and women do. Which, by the way, Catherine exited the race early too. Or did she?
No, she didn't.
I saw a wheel.
No. She was running at the end of the race.
Yeah.
So she
only lost a wheel.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
lost
did.
A wheel. Was it a tire or a wheel?
It was a wheel.
It was a wheel. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She finished.
Tire came off after a pit stop.
Got
She finished 31st, and she was listed as running. Now she did finish. Let's see. Let's do my math here. 11 laps down.
That's not bad for Liv
But
fast, and she was like 3 laps down prior.
Almost
too.
600 miles, and again, she was well off the pace, but she still finished the damn race, man, and that's hard to do.
Props to her. Also, real quick, I looked up the lead change numbers. In 5 Gen 7 starts at Charlotte in the 600, second most in the series, but 32. Most was 34. So you would imagine if it went the full distance here, that it could have probably either matched 34 or went beyond that. So,
could have been more.
Successful race at Charlotte for the most part.
Yeah.
And also on what you were saying with these drivers and their, desire to win, and in the fashion they do it in, I think Kyle Busch embodied that perfectly. It's like winning's not everything; it's the only thing, and that was exemplified in his personality and how he held himself on track and off the track. So,
well, and I'll take a step further. We talked about it briefly at the end of the national show. Was knowing what we know, and if you take it a step further, that may have been what killed him, of pushing through an illness. Pushing through it, because is everybody familiar with the word sepsis?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When your organs just start shutting down, and it's very hard to come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
And according to, and again, I'm not pontificating on this. This came out from the Busch family that Kyle had sepsis, and just he couldn't come back from it. And typically, especially at you're 41 years old, there are so many signs. And I know this is the post-race for the 600 Freak Nation, but Kyle Busch, a winner of the 600. What year was that? That was with
18.
That was with Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. With sepsis at 41 years old, there are plenty of signs that you're sick. Whether it was a sinus infection, you have pneumonia, whatever Kyle Busch was going through, there's a sign there that it's up to, and this is the conversation that I had with my daughter, was it's up to it ultimately, and again, I realize that medicine's a science, man, and I'm not pinning the blame on anybody with this, but ultimately it's up to you to get better. And the only, frankly, the only connection that I have to that is pretty drastic, where Richie, well, I think I called you after I got out of the hospital, right? When I had my prostatectomy, radical prostatectomy, I was cool for about 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden I started to feel like chest pains, upper respiratory, sinus, something, pneumonia. And then I went to, I think, urgent care, put me on antibiotic. And I know my body, 2 or 3 days in antibiotic, I should be feeling better. Wasn't feeling better. Then I went to my doctor, and they put me on a stronger antibiotic. 3 or 4 days later. No, and I'm up in the guest bedroom, just miserable, sweating and so forth. And
dude, you even did without you really, I think, realizing you, because
Yes.
we were live.
that was when we debuted on
Yeah.
freaking MAV TV.
Yeah, we were live on MAV TV at the time.
And the stress that's right.
And unbeknownst to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, I
Believe it or
forgot
not,
about that.
these two guys weren't around at that time, but yeah.
Yeah, there was so I finally got in to see my doc, but I saw her assistant and took my vitals, and they said, "We need to get you to the emergency room." They didn't say that. You've got to go to the emergency room now. So I drove to the emergency room, and they took my vitals, and the nurse or doctor at the time, she looks at me, she goes, "You're going into sepsis." I went, you hear sepsis when it's like old people. You just associate it with that. You don't associate it with someone who's in shape. Granted, I'm not 30 anymore, but I take care of my body. But the problem is we couldn't zero in on what the problem was. And I'm in the hospital for 5 or 6 days, and I didn't mean to go off on this, but I'm going to explain to it because hopefully it's going to help some people out there that are stubborn and don't take care of their body, or don't listen to their body. But I'm in the hospital for 5 or 6 days with heartbeat of about 110, 115, would not decrease, fever wouldn't decrease, and they were feeding me. They were mainlining antibiotics. They were getting stronger and stronger, and then like the 4th or 5th day, my temperature started to go down a little bit, and they had 2 or 3 of the doctors had zeroed in on, you know what? Let's get an X-ray of his gallbladder. Typically, we all have, we grow gallstones. We do. We just do. And they said, yeah, the X-ray shows you have a gallstone. Let's go in and get rid of that. That's probably the issue. So one calm doctor came in and said, just hold the hell on. Just a second. They were chatting back and forth. Let's send him in for another X-ray, and let's look just above his groin area. And X-ray came through, and there was a mass that formed just down from one of my scars, which come to find out it's called a lymphocyte. And when you have radical prostatectomy, they go in and get rid of all the remnants of your lymph nodes, all of them, except for 1% out there. And I was at 1% where there are some lymph nodes that are left, and they coagulate. They get together, and they have a party, and they come after your body. It's an infection. It's a bacterial infection. And that was the problem that was going on.
Crazy.
And they went in. I was half awake and just went pop. And right then I felt it. Relief. Next day I was out of the hospital.
Wow.
Done.
It's incredible.
That was it. But the whole point of this conversation is just listen to your body. And enough about you being a man or you being the woman. Just listen to your body because of what can happen to you and your family. And I'm too freaking tired to get emotional about having Henley come in and seeing her old man. And I just can't help but think of Succession. It's not Succession. What's the freaking Apple movie where it's like Groundhog Day? Or a series. What is it?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Come on.
Damn it.
It's like its 3rd or 4th season on Apple. Come on, man.
I don't know.
Severance? Yeah?
Yes, Severance. Where my room looked like the lighting of Severance.
Okay. That's what you were getting
Yeah,
at.
it just looked like the freaking lighting of Severance. I mean, they had me in the basement. The hospital's very nice, but they put me, it's like, oh my God, man. It was just, it was freaking miserable. And I was in this ward where all these hardcore people coming in and shot and heart attack this and so forth. While I'm over there. It's freaking miserable. But again, just listen to your freaking body. I listened to my body. I listened to it. I said, I got to get this. I was pestering people. I was an a-hole. I was stumbling into my urologist saying, dude, we got to find out what the issue is with this. And thank goodness, man, when that woman came out and says, you're about to jump into some sepsis there, Skipjack. I went, what the F is that? Booyah. I just, knowing what I know, if Kyle Busch would have known better, we wouldn't be sitting there memorializing the dude.
That's crazy because, I mean, Watkins Glen, 2 weeks ago, he was talking about needing a doctor on standby for a sinus issue. So it's like, you didn't need to race in the All-Star race.
No.
I mean, it's an exhibition. Obviously, he won at Dover in the Truck Series that week, but, I mean, health should come first. You care so much about your family. Brexton and Lennox and Samantha, like, I don't know. It's still mind-boggling to me, and I don't know if I'll ever going to process this loss. But,
no, but it was it was just part of everything this weekend. Whether it was the delay of the truck race or the O'Reilly race or even today, God, holy smokes! Let's talk a little bit about this. And again, Coca-Cola 600, I get it. We should be spending more time talking about this, but one thing that Cole and I were talking about, and again, these are our opinions, Skippy. All right, these are our.
Can you guys talk amongst yourselves while I go pee? Because
go ahead.
I got to pee like a racehorse. I'll be back.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, listen to what we're talking about, Richie, because I want your opinion on this. Okay, and I want Cody's opinion on this. Where when we saw Kurt, is that his wife or girlfriend? Is he married?
God.
Is that?
I'm pretty sure it's a girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
They said
and
girlfriend
then,
on the cast.
What's that?
They said girlfriend on the TV cast broadcast.
His dad and his mom, which I never knew that Kyle's mom's name was Gay, which is my mom's first name. But they showed them, and then all those freaking drivers behind them, which is what reminded me of when the whole issue with Bubba Wallace
Yeah, I had thought the
and the
same
noose
thing.
and so forth, how everybody was behind him. It's like, it was just awesome to see people backing up Bubba, but to back up Kurt. And I thought, that is cool. And then all of a sudden, Henley, my 12-year-old, looked because Kurt's girlfriend had some similarities to Samantha. And Henley walked in and she goes, "Is that Samantha?" I said, "No, she's not going to be there." Samantha and Brexton and Lennox show up. It's like, oh my gosh. And you talk about having to be a parent. With Henley, and I said, Henley, I can promise you, they showed up because they wanted to or felt like they needed to for themselves. But all that being said, personally, how uncomfortable that was watching because of. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. It was just uncomfortable to watch, and you and I talked about that. It's like, just watching this, like. Whoa, what is happening?
Yeah, that was, one of the hardest things I've watched, honestly. I was driving on the way over here to try and make it to the start of the race, and I was a wreck in the car, like, honestly. Just such a harrowing image, seeing all the drivers and teams dressed in rowdy apparel, and, what broke me was seeing Samantha and Brexton and Lennox, and I cannot say enough great things about Brexton, because he was a rock for Samantha and his sister, and I don't know how he did it. I really don't, because you saw on social media, one of my favorite things whenever I go on social media was seeing those conversations and those interactions with Kyle and Brexton in their racing careers, and just to see him, hold it together for them was really inspirational, honestly. And that's an image that's going to stick in my mind forever, and it's again just it's tough to even comprehend.
It was harsh,
very, very hard.
And I hate to have to continue to say this. We're not saying it's right or wrong. It was just a hard visual. Did you see it, Richie?
I saw
Samantha
a little bit of it. I didn't get a chance to watch it in full. I was driving over here as well.
Right.
So I didn't get a chance to watch it in full, live as it was happening. The thing I saw on social media that got to me a little bit was, it was Owen Larson, Kyle Larson's son, going over and embracing Brexton, and I thought that was really,
I didn't see that.
That was pretty touching.
He's one of the first people to go over to them too. Yeah.
I believe Caitlin was right behind him as well.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. But no, like I said, just seeing Brexton hold it together for his mom and his sister was amazing. That kid's going places. That was the number one thing I was kind of afraid of. Was like, is this going to mess him up? Because he's obviously you saw what happened with Dale Jr. and his father.
Mm-hmm.
So just
But
hope he can push
but that's
on.
where a lot of our emotions were coming from. Where it was, yes, the legend Kyle Busch is gone, but it's the association to his 4-year-old Lennox and what 11-year-old Brexton, and then of course Samantha and what she means to that family. It was like, okay, Kyle Busch is gone, stab, and then the kids, and it's just twisted.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whoa.
But I think as a whole, as I saw, most of a lot of the broadcasts that I saw this weekend from, even in Fox Sports did a great job in the Indianapolis 500 coverage, and how Will Buxton came on and did his little, tribute to Kyle, which I thought was great. All the Amazon Prime Dale Jr. narrated tribute was great as well. So everything I saw from all of the broadcast partners over the weekend was really great. So well deserved. Yeah.
Do you want to say it?
What? What?
Everything you said, Richie, I agree. I just think we need to leave the certain situations that Corey LaJoy did.
Oh God!
It just.
I didn't even see it, so I'm not going to comment.
Just.
I respect the sentiment, and it was nice, but like it just felt very awkward.
Yeah, Corey, just leave it to a man or woman of the cloth, please. Regardless of your religious persuasions, just don't sit up there at the dais at the table and do what you did. Just that's my opinion. Just don't. Especially when they came back.
I mean, it's fine, but like they all look so uncomfortable up there.
It wasn't fine, Cole. It's because from a producer standpoint, I can promise you that executive producer said, "No, you're not going to do that."
Well, they didn't even know he was going to do it. That was my
That's my
assumption.
point. If they knew that he had to have sprung that on him.
I would think so.
Had to.
They all look genuinely shocked. Again, I respect the sentiment, and know he meant to do right by that, but it was a little awkward.
You know what? This is what I want to do. I want to leave on an awesome note, and I know you have these two loaded. You have Buxton's call and Fox Sports Deportes call of the ending of the 500. Man, freaking Buxton nailed it, and it's unless you've done it or tried to do it, you can't really appreciate someone that can make a call like that. There are dozens of calls through the sports history that you'll remember for the rest of your life of significant moments in sports. And calling
I don't
this...
believe what I just saw.
What?
I don't believe what I just saw.
Yeah.
Kirk Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Do you
my
believe in
gosh.
miracles? See you tomorrow night. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about?
Yeah.
David Freese. If you ever want to piss Kenny off, just mention David Freese. But it worked better before 2023.
It's inside baseball.
It doesn't do any good now because the Texas Rangers have since gone on and won the World Series at the behest of my Arizona Diamondbacks. But it was great. I used to give Kenny shit all the time because about David Freese. Did you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
David Freese. Yeah.
I get off an airplane at LAX, and I'm watching the. I think it was like it was the 8th, in Chili's, in one of those grab and go Chili's at LAX, thinking that, man, we got this. Oh, freaking David Freese. What a penis.
That was him. That was Joe Buck's call that night because his dad called the Kirk Gibson home run, and that was his call of the Kirk Gibson home run was, "We'll see you tomorrow night." And so he kind of paid tribute to his father's call, and that's why he said that. And that's some of the great calls. Those are just a couple that popped in mind.
Well, and there's freaking St. Louis Cardinals snorkelers too, so that kind of sucked ass.
Yes, that's true.
Many of them.
Yeah.
Man. All right, what the hell are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
We were getting to the...
So,
interviews.
I don't know if this goes down as one of the greatest IndyCar calls ever, but when you have 3 or 4 drivers jockeying for the lead and the win, being able to manage what's coming out of your freaking mouth is out of control. I've been asked to do play-by-play and color for many in motorsports, and I don't like it because there's a structure there. There are margins there, and I've lived life without structure and margins, and I'm not good at it. I'm just frankly not good at it. I don't think because
to your point, when I was in college, that's what I did my senior year of school. As I did hockey play-by-play of all things, which is generally considered to be really, really hard, and it is because it is so quick. Yep. But that's what I loved about it, and that's what I love doing is because it was so quick that you had to keep up with it. But in motorsports, a lot of times, it is a very visual medium. So it is. Sure. It is right. So a lot of times, your lead broadcaster is kind of telling a story more so, and you're leaning on your analysts a lot more in motorsports
to color it up. Yep.
Than you are as a lead play-by-play guy, except for the end of the race, like Will Buxton did today.
Yeah, the Cowboys kicking off left to right.
Even like my brother Steven, who's on the Money Stop podcast, he does play-by-play for the Yankees AA team.
Yep.
He also does football, hockey, basketball when he's in the off season. I don't know how he does all these different sports and doing play-by-play.
It's an art form, man.
That's something I could never even comprehend doing.
Yeah, props to your bro. All right, so let's do this. Let's go with the Buxton call. Buxton. Wow, that's Brexton and Buxton. Holy smokes.
I mean, we've only been live for almost 3 hours. So
the Will Buxton call for one of the greatest Indy 500 finishes. Well, actually,
the greatest. The greatest. If you look at the numbers, closest finish in Indy 500 history. I don't know how it gets any. It doesn't get any better.
And most lead changes too. So
that you're true. I mean, that's true. But being there for Elio's fourth. I mean, it wasn't 0.023 seconds, but anyway. So Will Buxton's call for the Indianapolis 500.
Malukas hunting to the high side, around the outside, into the lead. Malukas leads with 1 to go. Rosnqvist round the outside of his teammate through 1, into the short tune in 2. Teammates battle side by side, but out front the young American chasing his first win on turn 2. David Malukas goes to defend. The MSR driver still side by side. The wheel that play into Malukas' hands, and here comes Pato O'Ward. Malukas is out in front. Side by side behind. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Malukas has to defend.
Unbelievable.
That's where you cut the clip.
What?
Richie?
No way. I definitely got the whole.
Cole, you son of a bitch.
That's the end of the clip.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I don't know how that's possible.
That's my bad for not double checking the work.
Okay,
well
hopefully.
I swear I got it, but okay.
This is why we don't let Cole do anything. He can't even do anything right.
Yeah,
do we have the Spanish
I think
call?
that's a fact. I know.
Whoa! Did that just happen?
I got the Deportes one right, though.
Jesus Christ,
man!
Thank God we didn't play that on FS2 earlier today.
Seriously, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well,
no joke.
Cole, you're fired. You were fired. That's the one thing I had him do before the show today, ladies and gentlemen. Freak Nation.
Are you positive on that?
The one bloody thing. The one bloody thing I had him do before the show is like, hey Cole, can you grab these two? Because I was working on some Kyle Busch audio. I was like, hey, can you grab the end of this race? This is very important. And that's what you do.
Can you imagine? There's somebody out there watching us right now that hasn't seen the finish, and then that's what they saw.
I got it on here.
I don't care. That doesn't freaking
The
matter.
clip that you sent me,
that is the recording.
That is the whole thing.
That is freaking ridiculous, man.
Should we try the other one?
Let's try the other one. And for you folks who have not seen the ending, still, thanks to freaking...
that's a technical error because clearly the screen recording I sent has the finish on my phone. So
I'm picturing
that is BS.
I'm
man.
picturing the Freak Nation among us who is like the DV. We talked about this a few weeks ago. The people who DVR sporting events.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that. Can't do it.
I'm pretty sure this actually happened at like an NBA Finals or something or other.
No, the Heidi game.
The Heidi game is a great example.
With your Jets.
That is a
back in
great
the day.
example. Yes, where like you DVR a sporting event, but then it stops before it finishes.
Yeah.
And I'm picturing somebody who, for whatever reason, is still watching us at almost 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time and does not know who won the race. It's like, oh shoot, I haven't seen this yet. I'm excited to see this finish. And still doesn't know who won the race because Cole fucked up and didn't have the end of the goddamn race.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, the Deportes one for sure is on there, unless it cuts out again.
This one is significantly longer, so I'm going to assume this one is correct.
Maybe there'll be like a text that pops up or something on there too.
All right, are you ready for the other one?
Hey, go for it.
I'm waiting for Sarge to give me the okay.
Now, pay attention to what my daughter, again, been brought up several times. She's in dual language school, and she is an excellent speaker when it comes to Spanish. And she was listening to this call. It was like, Dad, what is that? What is that? What is that? Like, she's understanding everything this guy is saying. You could see her temperature rising as she's listening to it as well. From Fox Deportes, this call is fan-freaking-tastic. So much so, listen to the end where you've got multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar production facilities. These guys are freaking blowing the crap out of their meters. They are maxing out so much so that it's just so good. It is so good. I like it better than Buxton because you don't know what the hell they're saying. But my God, they could be talking about a lunar landing with a Formula One car in IndyCar Series. I don't know. Hit it.
A la 1, nuevo líder, ataca Rosnqvist contra su compañero de equipo, lado a lado, se encaminan hacia la 2, estaba Lucas liderando la carrera más importante, la más grande, la carrera de las carreras, busca la parte baja, busca la parte de afuera, ataca Pato, viene Pato, está en el cuarto lugar Pato, quiere superar a Rosnqvist, todavía está en la cuarta posición, el piloto de McLaren, pero acá está, ¿qué te digo? Se le están terminando las curvas a Malucas, se encuentra en la 4, va a ser Dennis Malucas, viene Rosnqvist, ataca Pato, va a ser Malucas, será Rosnqvist, se la lleva, Rosnqvist gana las 500 millas en un final.
How'd they not wipe out when they touched wheels, by the way? That's insane.
That's what Kenny was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I cannot. There's a quote from Marcus Ericsson, or sorry, Marcus Armstrong. Sorry, and he was with Fox, I think maybe, and he was like, I either had to lift or I was going to crash in that situation, and it was toe to toe with his teammate, right? So, and yeah, so he decided to lift. Like, I can't believe that Rosnqvist pulled that off, man. It's unbelievable.
It is. I was not expecting that at all. I thought Malukas had that all the way.
Well, but Richie, you have followed IndyCar enough to know Pato Award, where the lead is not safe in the last lap in IndyCar. It's never safe, especially in the 500.
Yeah, I was watching. IndyCar was doing like a 24-hour live stream on Saturday. And I was bored. I was like, I'm just going to pop on and watch an old Indy 500. And it was 2006. And do you remember who was a rookie in 2006, Kenny?
So that's 15.
He was leading the race with a lap to go.
He was a rookie?
He was a rookie. Famous name.
Oh, gosh.
His famous last name.
It was Marco
Andretti.
Yep.
Marco Andretti.
Yep.
This was what I was thinking of today while I was watching the end of that race. Today's race. Marco Andretti had the lead on the last lap of the 2006 Indy 500. This was the race I was watching. Sam Hornish was in second. Sam Hornish tried to get past him a lap too early, and so he faded back from Marco. And there was a similar gap between both guys, between Marco and Sam Hornish Jr., as there was today between Felix Rosenqvist and David Malukas. And the end of the race was the exact same, where Marco has the lead, and I hadn't seen that finish in a while. So rewatching it again, I was like, how did Marco lose this race, man? Because knowing he lost that race. And it was the same damn thing where Horners came through right at the very end and clipped Marco to win that race. And
maybe that's what we do on Wednesdays. We try and pull like the top 10 finishes in the Indy 500 because you could also go back to the J.R. Hildebrand in the last turn going on to win the 500 and just blows it up in the wall. And Dan Weldon.
That was one of my like most memorable Indy 500 moments because I was telling these guys before the show that 2005 and Danica Patrick's year was the first year I remember watching the race from like start to finish.
When she led the 500.
Yes.
Yep.
That was her rookie season. That was when she took the lead, and I remember watching that race. But after that, it was that race, and I remember watching that race, and I remember cheering for J.R. Hildebrand.
In the Army car, right?
He was National Guard.
National Guard, yep.
National Guard because Dale Jr. was sponsored by National Guard at the time. And it was Memorial Day weekend. He was an American driver. Dan Weldon was the British driver in second place. And I was like, and so I remember watching that race live.
Yep. Maybe that's what, let's see if we can.
Yeah.
All right. That's just hilarious, Cole.
Man, I went back to the text. It's the full lap.
Man, that is a freaking...
Who messed up here? Somebody messed up.
Look, I just drag and dropped and processed it.
Man.
I did nothing to this.
I'm never going to live this down.
You need to, you guys battled out between yourself, man. That's the biggest C block I've ever seen in my life.
Look at this. Look at this. This is the text I sent to Cody. Finish.
Cody?
Look in. Drag, drop. That's all I did.
See?
Oh, sick.
That's text.
We can, Cole,
text.
Do it again.
See?
Do it again for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Do it again for Wednesday.
Do it again for Wednesday and make sure you got it right.
Bro.
And we can do it again on Wednesday because we're going to replay that finish on Wednesday. We're probably going to replay it a lot this year, to be honest. I have a feeling we're going to it's going to get mentioned on the Freakies this year.
Yep.
Sick AF move of the weekend.
Oh.
True.
All right, it's 10 o'clock. We should probably...
Yeah, we should get the hell out of here.
That was good, though.
Wow, it was fun.
Good debut. Good debut.
Yep, debut for... probably won't do it again for a year. Woo! Well, and like I said with that freaking... almost said haymaker. With the Travelers,
People
I said,
still watching us,
I said milk it for an hour, bro. You'll be good.
People are still watching us.
Yep.
So.
I mean, we have a lot of viewers.
Yeah. Congratulations, Daniel Suarez. Congratulations, Felix Rosenqvist. I almost completely botched his name. Congratulations to Kimi Antonelli.
That's right, my
Bang.
paisan. 4 in a row.
Cole, you can talk about Formula One because you want to talk about it earlier before we go.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll say this. So,
go ahead.
Andrea Kimi Antonelli.
That's his full name, government name.
The first driver in F1 history to win his first 4 races consecutively.
Hey, will you get a single shot on him? He's intent and looking in the camera.
I was looking over here, I think.
No, look in the camera, okay.
All right. Andrea Kimi Antonelli, first driver in F1 history to win his first 4 races consecutively. But, so he won his first 3 from the pole. He won this one from P2 because George Russell crashed. Or he had an engine issue, was that it?
His car broke.
And I will say this. I was joking all day. I was like, oh, this IndyCar race was amazing. I can't wait for F1. I'm so hopped up.
I did not take your rage bait.
Nobody did.
And then guess what? I turned on the F1 race actually after the Indy 500 ended. And I was like, damn, they're going back and forth for the lead. It was Russell and Kimi. And it was a pretty good race.
It's pretty
from what I've seen. But
is that an indictment? Again, I know it is in my opinion. Is that an indictment on Formula One?
Oh, I mean, the only thing more boring than Formula One is soccer. So.
Oh God.
He's trying to trigger us.
You ever tried to watch golf before?
Kenny, why don't you invite me back to this show for the last 6 weeks?
Good call. Golf, soccer.
Cole
F1.
really wanted to go to San Diego bad to see that race. Sorry, Cole. You got to be back in the studio.
Sucker.
Hey, my credentials already submitted, so.
That's a big week for us, man. We got the 12th for Paraguay and USA. We come back, and then we do NASCAR. Yeah, we do NASCAR, San Diego, and then drive up to L.A. for USA versus Turkey. Yay.
Is Italy playing out there, or do they not qualify? Because I know they kind of suck.
Yeah, why don't you suck that? Italian Pisano.
I have Kimi Antonelli and Yannick Sinner in tennis.
Make a. It's like 36 teams this year made it. I think this is like the most they expanded the tournament. This
Italy.
year.
They're not good, right?
Oh my God!
They used to be good.
They're
Dude,
huge. They're one of my favorite teams when 1982.
Well, I'm saying like right now they're not good, right? I wouldn't know.
Obviously, because they didn't make the freaking World Cup.
Freaking Tottenham didn't get relegated.
Yeah, I was watching that match today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they that was the crits.
Oh my God!
We're getting off on a tangent now. But okay, before we actually go, I am of the mind that the United States is not going to make it out of their group because I do not think they're good right now. They're not a good.
Richie, but look, if they don't make it out of this group, then we should move that team to Canada. You've got Turkey, and you've got Paraguay. Oh, and Australia.
Yeah. Turkey is good, dude. They made it to the Europe final.
They're good, but still, it's like the group of not the group of. It's like, come on, if we can't,
if they don't make it, it's with Pochettino as their head coach, who has been terrible.
Horrible.
Ever since.
Sounds like he's Italian.
Been an absolute joke. I think that's why I'm not as excited as I should be for this World Cup because I know the men's team is just not. They don't intrigue.
Who's my man that is not coming back to Man City?
Oh, Pep.
Here's your next coach.
Dude. Well, you know what? When after they fired Berhalter, I was like all in and be like, you better back the Brinks truck up to go get Jurgen Klopp. And I don't know if if that was ever a thing, but like
he was going.
Well, Pep's doing the same thing, dude.
Is it only men's or is it women's too?
Oh, Cole, don't get me going on that.
Oh, seriously.
Women's are so awesome.
No, I know that. But I'm saying, is it men's and women's for this World Cup?
No, they alternate.
Women's is next year.
Okay.
They alternate.
Women's is
I know
next year.
women's is usually tops.
I don't know where they are next year, but women's is next year.
Women's is just all right. No, here we go. I was with the General Tire Mega Summit, Uvalde, Texas.
People
it was
still watching this, dude.
one of the greatest summits I've had with General Tire. It was so awesome. Showed Cody the freaking burnout in the BMW, and that wasn't me. But we were hauling ass in Jeeps, Beamers, Mustangs, side-by-sides, Razors, on all kinds of General Tires and Continental Tires, comparing them to Michelin's, Nittos, Goodyears. Goodyear was horrible. Horrible. But we had wet tracks. We had vertical. Anyway, so we're in Uvalde, and then what's my point here?
I have no idea.
World Cup. What the hell were we talking
Free
about?
Nation After Dark, baby. We were talking about soccer. The World
Soccer.
Cup.
Yeah.
Shit. What the hell were we talking about, man? Because again, I usually make it back to the finish line, don't I?
I didn't even know where you're going.
Yeah, lost it. Cole, so how much World Cup are you going to watch, Cole, while Kenny works on
go
this?
ahead.
Exactly 0.
That's crazy.
Especially if Italy's not in it, I don't give a shit.
That's crazy.
I will say this. So I've only ever watched soccer. Was it
that was the point. Enough of that.
3 years ago?
So I get on my
Oh,
flight back. My flight back from San Antonio to Phoenix, and I'm on the jetway, and I notice this dude's shoes in front of me, and I'm wearing some Sambas here. These are brand new Sambas, but this cat was wearing some OG Sambas where they're black, white stripe Adidas with the darker brown sole, and I said. And I know you're a baller if you're wearing the OG Sambas. Yeah. And I had my headphones in. I just wasn't in the mood to talk, and I shouldn't have said that because I opened up the conversation. Just because, I want to get home. Kyle Busch is like, da, 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 da. I end up sitting next to the guy. Thank goodness. He's a younger person. He's middle 40s. But like me, whose daughter is a goalkeeper, also has a goalkeeping daughter, So needless to say, for 2 hours, chit-chatting away, and we spent a lot of time talking about the women's national team, and to this day, it's just a disgrace on the. They're getting much more respect than they did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but still to this, and actually the success of the
PWHL.
PWSL.
Yeah. PWHL, yeah. Or SL, yeah.
SL. It's awesome. The women's professional talk. You falling asleep there, Skippy? I just saw. Look at you, man. You have no idea what's going on. It was the success of the women's professional teams is cool, but the way we hang and the way we hang our lives on the U.S. men's team is crazy. When I should be able, and I do exert some of the energy with the women's team, but the women's team is just light years above what the men's team has ever done. Mm-hmm. I was there. Mm-hmm. I was there for their greatest win ever against Colombia. I was there at the Rose Bowl, but no, your paisanos. What the hell? I don't know.
I mean, even I know that though. Like Alex Morgan, right? And
well,
she's retired.
She retired? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
she was good.
Alex Morgan is retired. Megan Rapinoe is retired. So now we have Triple Espresso.
And they're still good.
Yes.
Triple Espresso.
Triple Espresso.
Do you know whose daughter? She is the daughter of one of the greatest rebounders ever in the NBA.
Don't mention that because she hates it.
I understand, but
why?
For someone that cannot even relate.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, and I can't blame her for that, but that's just.
Yeah. She should be known for how good she is on the pitch, which is incredible. Trinity Rodman. Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she is the.
Oh wait,
the biological daughter of Dennis Rodman.
Wait.
But like she does not have a relationship with them, so we don't.
So she's on Team USA.
Yes.
Yep, she is
I had
so
not known
good.
That. She's dating Ben Shelton, who's a player for USA.
Yeah,
tennis.
cool. I don't
He's
give
good.
a shit.
He's
he
good,
sucks. He's terrible. Trinity Rodman's so much better.
Yannick Sinner's the best. He's Italian.
Trent's so much better.
I am so confused.
But wait. Am I right that the Italian men's team was in the finals or contending like 3 or 4 years ago?
They have, in recent memory, they've missed the World Cup twice.
Okay.
But, and
people are still watching us, man. So thank you for watching us. And we're down the rabbit hole here.
Daniel Suarez, Felix Rosenqvist.
But one of my favorite players of all times, and I will give you, I'm trying to think what the game was. Hold on a second. Just stay there, guys.
Yeah, they have one.
Stay with
Italy
me.
has, I think, they hosted a World Cup. I know for sure.
Stay with me. What
I
was
was
his name?
on a family vacation a few years ago, and there was like a big soccer game. But I don't know anything about soccer. So. I think it was the World Cup. I really don't freaking know.
Hold on a second. 1982.
But I remember being slightly invested because it was the Italian men's team. But that was also the same year that Pete Alonso won the home run derby, so I cared about that more because let's go Pete Alonso.
Yeah, they won the World Cup in 2006.
Okay, so within 20 years.
Yeah.
That's something.
Hold on a second. Where is he?
Can he still searching?
I haven't seen a
There he is.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Paulo Rossi. So, all right, here's just bear with me.
No, I'm cool. Okay. This is cool.
Listen, again, that's the advantage of being with someone as old as me. So I get my wisdom teeth out in in summer of '82. All right, and you got to remember, this is '82. So we have a black and white television. It's a Zenith.
Ronald Reagan is president. Cole.
It's probably like 12-inch or 16-inch TV. So I'm on drugs. I've got my wisdom teeth out. They're still packed, and I'm outside, sunning, watching a black and white TV right in front of me, and you don't get World Cup live. I'm having to watch it on UHF on a Spanish channel. Italy win in the finals.
Nice.
And I fell in love with that team then. And I think, was it Rossi? It had to be Rossi. Yeah, it had to be Paulo Rossi from that team. I just freaking fell in love with that dude, man.
Damn.
I was so freaking high on drugs and so forth. woke up from getting my teeth, my wisdom.
Yes,
my wisdom.
you're right. Paulo Rossi scored the opening goal of the World Cup final in 1982
Yep.
against West Germany.
That's
Yeah. How fun does that sound? West Germany. Hey, was that in Spain?
1982
Was that World Cup in Spain?
Cup was hosted by Spain.
Yeah.
Nice recall there.
Okay.
So when I got my wisdom teeth out, Cody, I woke up when he was extracting my teeth.
Oh no!
That's
the
an
freaking
actual nightmare.
Dentist was on, and then this is no joke. I'm not embellishing.
You're going to the dentist, aren't you?
Yes.
He was on top of me. Bam, bam. And I was like, "Gah, gah." And finally, when he's done, I remember, my poor dad, man.
Early '80s too. That's probably
Like,
freaking gnarly.
oh, shut up! Like they didn't have like what they were using, like whiskey to numb my gums or something. No, I remember I was screaming for my dad to come get me, and I was, Dad, I'm banging off the walls like this, and Dad's going, "That's okay, we'll get you out of here, man." Just woke up, and that guy's just.
Kenny, you have a fan in the chat, by the way. Somebody's saying this. He's saying Brian in Texas, because I'm assuming he's Texas.
I know Brian. Of course he's.
I'm assuming because his Brian is at Brian TX. He says, "Dude in the center is clueless."
That's a fact.
Clueless.
That's a fact.
Depends on what you're talking
Are you just
about.
now figuring this out, man? Yeah, I woke up in the middle of that freaking surgery, and it's like, oh man. So it all gets back again to the World Cup, and that's when I really fell in love with the World Cup and watched it on UHF or some Spanish
And the
station.
Italian team.
Italian team. Paulo Rossi.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
I just thought we should need to go because it's
Yeah, we
so
do.
fucking late.
Hour drive home.
Yeah.
World Cup final versus Indianapolis 500 versus Daytona 500. What are you picking? It's somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, we have the best VIP access imaginable," and you get to go to one of
You
these
really
events.
have to ask that?
What are you picking?
It's World Cup. Absolutely. Because let's say I haven't done any of them.
Yeah.
Still, it's world. It's when the number of people who participate and watch World Cup is based on billions.
Billions. Yes.
Billions of people.
Yes.
It just shows you the significance. And it's war. It is world war on the pitch. And when you've been in the Rose Bowl and you see Mexico take on the U.S. and you're covering the game and you're watching back, you're walking back through the tunnel no, I'm sorry, not Rose Bowl. This is at Coliseum, and you're seeing Mexican fans pour things of urine on the U.S. team.
That's great.
It is hardcore. And watching Mexico play U.S. in Los Angeles, it's just a whole different animal.
People die out there? Like,
Well, I'm sure they do. Don't act like you. What?
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's just. I don't make the rules, man. It's country versus country, and if there's any way that the U.S. and I haven't even looked at the brackets, frankly, I should have. That the USA, if the USA can end up early in the next round against Mexico, some form or fashion, would be
awesome.
When the three countries hosting World Cup, Canada, Texas. So how are you doing? Canada, U.S., and Mexico. God, where would that match be, man? Gosh. Especially when you've got Guadalajara and just outside the
I am
freaking
bummed because
stadium.
I always said for the longest time if the World Cup was here in the United States, I would go. Because it's bucket list. Because I've been to the biggest things in all of sports. I've been to I've been to a Super Bowl. Cole, I've been to a Super Bowl. Cole, yes, I have.
When who won?
Supporting his team, not because he was
when
there.
when the Rams won?
Dude, it was Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Because we were there for the radio show on Radio Row. Damn.
It was cold as shit, and Richie brought like a T-shirt.
Jesus, man. And you're Arizona born, too, huh?
This is true. I was so
Was that the first gay bar you went to? Did you went to gay?
Wait,
Did you go to the gay
that
bar
was
with
not
us?
in Atlanta.
I've heard
No,
that
no,
story.
that was in Nashville.
No, we went. No, it was Atlanta. Yeah, because I left my freaking Continental Tire jacket in the gay
did.
bar.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, but you went to that with us, right?
I did. I was there.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was awesome.
But yeah, so I've been to a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I have been to Indianapolis 500. I've been to a World Series. So I've been to 3 of the
Daytona.
Have not been to Daytona 500. Have not been to Daytona 500.
I'm not poo-pooing Daytona 500. There's something about them rolling off that turn 4 for the start, which is just bananas because it comes off, and of course you're looking at it this way, and you're seeing the stands, and you're hearing it, and you're feeling it. But there's
I got screwed last year because when we were doing that. What happened last year at the Indianapolis 500 was Crash and I were ended right at the end of pit lane, so heading into as they were going to go into turn 1, I was like, "This is where we need to be to watch this at the start of the race," and I got screwed because on the warm up lap, Scott McLaughlin crashes. Okay, which was as insane as that was, and then headed to the green flag, Graham Rahal crashes, I believe. So like it's kind of like a messed up start, and so I think by the time they get to turn 1, there's already a caution.
That's iconic though.
And so it was like we didn't get a full full green flag like we did today. So it was strange.
But you were there for what just might be the greatest open wheel driver ever. His first 500 win.
Yes,
seeing
Alex Palou win.
That's the thing that I remember. I remember saying that actually last year because I remember last year coming on after the race, and I remember saying that I was like, because you guys watched it on TV, and from what I remember, the TV it didn't translate as well to TV as it did in person because the events that happened, the storylines that happened were so good. That's what made that race better. And I remember, I think I even said this live on that Sunday night show live, that seeing Alex Palou win his first Indy 500 was worth the price of missing because he made that pass for the lead actually pretty late in that race as well. And yeah, so like, although I was today watching Thursday, I was like, son of a bitch, why do they have to go to 2025 instead of this year?
Well,
but I mean, needless to say, I still had a freaking blast last year.
Yep.
I'll be back.
Yep.
I'll be back.
We'll get you guys there.
I'll pay my own way next
You need
year.
to make some money. We'll get you guys there. Have we put an exclamation on this yet?
What?
Damn.
Exclamation?
No, Coke 600 was good.
It was good.
Congratulations to Daniel Suarez.
Yep.
Awesome.
Rest in peace to Rowdy Busch.
Worldwide Technology Raceway in 2 weeks. We'll be there.
Oh my God, 2 weeks?
Yeah, you got Detroit next week.
Yeah.
And then Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Put you on the spot. Who's going out there?
What?
Who's going out there? Put you on the spot.
Where?
Worldwide.
Why are you putting me on the spot? I know who's
I don't
going out
know.
there. Me and Crash. Okay. You're not going out there again. You bitch too much about it.
I was curious.
Cole didn't make the cut this year.
I'm going to San Diego. I don't care.
Cole did not make the cut.
I was curious.
No, Crash and I will be there. You
what does that mean?
You bitch too much about
does that mean there's no
humidity. No, there's going to be a show. We're going to be there for the show. You and Rico Dicadus.
The inmates are going to be here. We're in the
Yeah.
asylum.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll try.
Kenny knows I need to go nowhere besides the Chili Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Or Dover.
Or Dover is so far underneath the Chili Bowl, it's sad. And I love Dover.
Damn. That's kind of sad, actually.
Until we have some type of involvement with the Chili Bowl, good luck.
Well, I'm going to keep bringing it
Which,
up until
frankly,
but it's the off season too.
But it may change.
You need content.
It may change.
I can't believe people are still watching us. Go to bed if you're watching.
Man.
They can stick around. It's okay.
Yeah, what else can I talk about? Let me see. 1982.
Euphoria's on tonight. I'm going to watch that when I go home.
It lost me.
Can
after
we
first
play?
season.
Can we play Cole's?
No.
Oh wait,
Jesus.
what? What?
I was gonna say, can we play Cole's clip of the finish?
Oh, you're.
Indy 500 again.
Malukas hunting to the high side, around the outside, into the lead. Malukas leads with 1 to go. Rosnqvist round the outside of his teammate through 1, into the short tune in 2.
Teammates battle side by side, but out front, the young American chasing his first win on turn 2.
David Malukas goes to defend. The MSR driver still side by side to will that play into Malukas' hands. And here comes Pato O'Ward. Malukas is out in front.
Classic.
Side by side behind. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. But Lucas has to defend.
Oh, no way.
And it's over.
Literally down the front stretch. That's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I promise though, in the text, I literally showed you guys it goes all the way through. So I don't know what the hell happened.
The other one's fine. This ain't on me.
I mean, no, it's not on you. I don't know what happened. It was like a lost in translation type of deal.
So good.
We actually do need to go because we all need to get home. But
all right, Freak Nation.
Just real quick. One last thing.
All right.
All 3 races today were great. Like this is what we live for.
Props.
As motorsports fans, we ate so good today because the Coke 600, as much as I shit on it, the racing in general seemed to be, the fans seemed to like it.
Thank you.
The five-way battle for the lead at the end of stage 2 was incredible. We had a great winner in Daniel Suarez with a great story. I think it was only his 3rd career win. He wins a crown jewel. Felix Rosenqvist, we get the 2nd Swede to win the last 4 years in the Indianapolis 500. And we get a terrific battle between the 2 Mercedes in Canada for the first 30 laps of the race. And then we get an incredible battle between 2 of the greatest of all time in Formula One for the podium. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen for 2nd and 3rd place. That battle at the very end of the race was really, really fun to watch. So, in general, today was an awesome day if you're a motorsports fan. And this is why we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Agreed.
Wednesdays, Horsepower Hump Day, Freak Nation, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, right here at Official Speed Freaks. And then every Sunday night, man, first hour on Fox Sports FS2. Both hours on YouTube, of course, at the Freak Radio Network and every other freaking social media channel you can think of. Yep. That jump up there you just heard was a 12-year-old saying, Dad, let's go to
bed.
Dad saying, Dad, please
Good
come
night.
put me to bed. We are. All right. Peace.
The engines went quiet tonight, but your name still echoes through the tracks. Saturday lights beneath the sky, dust and thunder passing by. Small town boys with racing dreams, watching number 8 fly across the screen. You drove like every lap could last forever, with fire no storm could ever weather. And somewhere between the speed and cheers, you became part of America's years. Now the grandstands feel colder without Rowdy in the night. Good night, Rowdy. The engine still cry tonight. Every mile remembers your name under those Saturday night lights. Good night, Rowdy. The Rowdy Nation still stands tall. Legends never leave the racetrack. The spirit still rides through us all. From roaring crowds to victory smoke, you carry dreams for working folks. Fathers and sons side by side, watching heroes race through the night. And every turn you ever drove left pieces of your soul on those roads. Now every checkered flag that waves feels different in the American wind. Some races chase trophies, others become memories. Good night, Rowdy. Still
To me, the bow, my signature move after a race, it's not that hard. It's not a backflip off the car or anything. I figured like, okay, I'm from Vegas, like being a showman, you know, having a great performance of the day, winning the race, coming out from the smoke, and like after the show is over in Vegas, what do all the show people do? They come out, they give a bow to the crowd as like a thank you, and so that's kind of where it came from.
The whole world slows tonight, but your fire still burns in every fan standing beneath these lights. Good night, Rowdy. We always will raise our voices when your engines echo through the Carolina hills. Good night, Rowdy. One last.
If you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch.
Why do these moments never get old, Kyle?
Because you never know when the last one is, you know.